Okay. I think we have audio. I think we have audio.
Do we have audio, chat? Let us know.
We're about to do something sonically unpleasant.
No.
Don't do it.
I mean, you can. It's your tech.
It just means that for a second it's going to be double the voices. So, unmute it and everybody just say something.
Boobs.
Something, I hear us.
Something.
We're like this, aren't we?
And I gotta clip it.
It's beautiful.
The first clip of the night.
Let's go. We're not
earning it.
2 minutes in.
We are earning it tonight.
So, hi. I am Neysa. Neysa does cosplay. Welcome to Tears of Kairos. We got some shit to get to, so we're gonna do a quick run around the table. We've got Fil'verl the elf over there. We've got lovely new name tags. We've got Arten. We've got Tal'gor, who has returned from puppetdom, and we've got Zhonya. So let's just hop right into this. We got some quick recap to do because Tal'gor was in puppet form and may not have the memory that we thought he had. So, y'all made it to Stone Scar. Y'all fought some shadows. Y'all did some shit. Y'all figured some stuff out.
I remember killing the vampiric cloud.
Yeah, well after that there was a big ass shadow chimera, my bro.
Inspiration
for the night. Y'all are level 5. Just making that clear. Mm-hmm. Y'all are gonna stay at level 5 for a while. Get comfy. Yeah, there was a shadow chimera after that. Along with some, moist zombies?
Yes.
Zombies.
They're moistened zombies.
They were rather freshly turned, apparently.
Oh, okay.
And so they were moist zombies, not exactly full crusty. And, but yeah, so y'all fought some shit. Y'all ended up, getting some assist from a rather insane, maybe has Alzheimer's, claims to be 738 years old tiefling guy who shoots fire arrows. He was helping out. He was a little overly enthusiastic about the whole kit and caboodle, but
especially the kit and caboodle.
Especially the kit with the caboodle.
Ow.
And so, yeah, over the next day or so, y'all were kind of doing some investigation, checking out a couple things. Y'all were given an option to return to the swamps to hunt mushrooms, to bring back some of those shrieky mushrooms, to Hamsa, the herbalist at the apothecary.
But we opted out because there's no sense in getting mushrooms for money if the place that gives you money doesn't exist anymore, so we have to fix the problem first.
Right. So y'all basically agreed to kind of go a little further into the investigating. Y'all decided to try to track.
You could always just take the money after they're dead if you fail.
And this is why Tal'gor doesn't speak.
Neutral good. Chaotic neutral.
Neutral
some
good,
level of evil.
Just kidding, mostly.
But yeah, so y'all decided to kind of try to track where the Shadow Chimera might have come from, since it was encountered at the temple, and the only road past the temple goes deeper into the mountains to the monastery. That's where y'all decided to go.
So this is the monastery.
Mm-hmm. So basically, literally, y'all were coming in that front door over there. Okay. The road itself that y'all have been traveling on kind of did the whole winding through the easiest path through the mountains thing, but then it basically turned south, like dead south, across a long valley, and this is essentially a volcano. It is an open caldera situation overhead, open to the sky. It is quite a little bit after dusk at this point. And what you're looking at as you're brought into this space is essentially a series of concentric rings that go down the caldera.
Not to scale.
This is not to scale.
Okay.
This is more just to being able to track where people are. If you kind of split up and go to different things, it's easy enough to just put you wherever you're going, kind of, because it is a bit of a confusing situation where you've got height levels and directional levels.
So this goes up.
Yes, y'all are on the highest level. It is also the largest in diameter level. And then basically, so it's about 20, 30 feet across in this essentially circular hallway situation. The hallway is lined with bookshelves. there's a lot of looks like just really random and well-worn scrolls of sorts, books and packets of papers and things like that. It doesn't seem to be anything too closely guarded. A lot of it's just kind of shoved back on shelves. But you can see as you kind of are started to be led by the young acolytish individual who came upon you as you just teleported through the locked door. He's basically escorting y'all to the western quadrant, essentially. And as you got filed past a few of these bookshelves, it opens out into like a large mess hall type of space. Lots of tables and benches and chairs. Most everything already seems to have been cleared away. Like there's a lingering smell of what probably was a stew of some kind, maybe a roast. There's also a very sweet and obviously fruity smell going on as well. If any of you know what banana is, it's banana.
I don't like it.
That is 2 times I've rolled a 2 on this, because the first one I was going to do is...
The iguana doesn't like
That
banana.
is banana.
I know.
Like what? We both rolled a 2, so
No, you
No.
don't recognize
I don't know what
it.
that
You, the
is.
player, do. You, the character, does not.
No.
I have rolled a 13.
You know what that is?
I'm not gonna roll.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna assume.
Hey,
Yeah,
just
you
it's
know-
almost a
you know
little too
bananas.
much, right?
That better not be meat, is what I'm.
No,
probably
that is
saying.
banana. That they are
What's a
basically...
banana?
It is...
Does it
only-
fly?
No, that it is basically a fruit that can
It's-
clone itself.
Yeah,
And
it's
it is very
Wait,
good.
Wait,
Clone
wait,
itself?
All right, I'm in. I'm
It's a
in.
magical
science fruit. I'm with this. I need to see this. I bet it looks amazing.
It's a magic fruit. I bet it looked like a dong.
You're not wrong.
That you are... That you are...
Yes!
In your face.
I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, didn't they are...
You think
quite
dongs look
tasty.
amazing?
Mine does.
Touche.
Now, in this mess hall space, you can see a couple of doors in the outer wall, like so essentially going into the wall of the mountain. There's a few doors. They're closed at the moment, but it would make sense that maybe those doors lead to the kitchens. The young lad here who is kind of escorting you all motions to one of the longest tables here in this space and says, you're going to need to take a seat. The council's going to need to come and talk to you all. But they're finishing up a few things, so it'll
That
be
the council?
Yes. You weren't expected, and we are going to have to figure a few things out before we can let you stay.
Okay. Now, do you have a name?
Yes, I'm Oban.
Oban? Okay.
Yes. And I'm not going to crowd you. Yes?
Sorry, I'm out of character. Oban?
Is that a problem?
No.
How about
I'm
the burst of
confused.
flames? Way to make the DM mad.
Oh, no, it's
You
just
die.
the bad guy from Critical Role Season 2.
That's where the name was sticking from my brain.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just like, oh shit.
I literally, I have a list of names I came up with, and I was like, that one sounds cool. But no,
It
it's
is.
not.
Okay,
Not to be confused with. My apologies.
I'm sorry. We're about to be betrayed.
This is not
by the
foreshadowing.
nerds.
My
This is not
no,
foreshadowing.
It was an innocent. I could not remember, but the name sounded cool.
Alright.
It still
My
does.
apologies.
I'm
So,
sorry.
this
I'm
this
sorry.
is
The player and Phil both find this place sus. So
well,
It made me
You
think
can
of
find
steamed
sus.
buns. So
but off the table. No, this is
steamed
not that.
banana buns.
yum.
In any case, he says he'll basically give y'all some space, but he's obviously just moving away a few tables and sitting down watching you all.
I'm gonna give you space.
So do we have anything at this table?
I'm gonna.
Nope, tables are cleared.
Are there multiple tables?
There are.
Are there tables beyond him?
Yes.
I'm gonna go beyond him and sit at a different table so he can't watch us all.
Just like a
What are you doing?
What I
What
want.
are you doing?
You
He said
need
he's
to
doing
sit
what he
with your-
wants.
You need to sit with your people, please.
Well, to be fair, you're making an assumption that he claims us.
Look, Yannick will get up my ass if you don't sit with your people, please.
That sounds fun. Someone.
No, it's not. It's not. It's really not. Erebos is just like. No, it's not really. He's an ass. I don't want an ass up my ass. Please, just sit with your people.
Yeah, you don't want that one to deal with asception, you know?
I don't feel like sitting.
Okay, stand with your people. Just, please.
I'm gonna put stuff on the table, like just to tempt him, so he'll want to knock it off.
There it is.
I've been waiting for how many sessions for this?
We had to wait for Tal'gor to be unpuppeted.
Oh man. So yeah,
Just like precariously on the bench. Just to tempt him.
I slowly walk back towards the table where all my people are, because let's be honest, not a people, not a people, not a people,
Hey,
not a people.
People.
People!
Janashi.
People!
Technically,
People!
humanoids, we're all technically people.
Humanoid.
Lizards
We're all-
are people too!
Are they?
Yes.
Yes, that lizard lives matter.
As Tal'gor's sitting there blinking one eye than the other.
There's a fly comes by.
So walk
So
back
that's
over to
pretty good.
walk back over to the table and was like,
I hold it back out.
Oh.
I'm sorry, you can go ahead and finish it.
Where did it
I meant to
fall?
catch it, but I'm not athletic.
Where did it go? Oh.
It's over there.
Is it mine now?
Can I reach it?
Jill.
Anyway,
Yeah, so, if you would all like, give me perception checks for how much more you can kind of see and figure out while you're sitting here waiting.
nope, don't see a damn thing.
Well, at least now Chris can't make fun of my dumpy.
Nope, that she's just distracted by all of the books and stuff.
There aren't any books here in the mess hall area, but like you can see more shelves on the other side.
Yeah, then that's what she's eyeing.
15.
22.
21.
Nice. Okay, so basically everybody but Zhonya. Y'all can kind of, you can see at least across. You can't see directly below the tier you're on right now, lines of sight, but you can see across the caldera to the other tiers below. They're pretty much all full of bookshelves, for the most part. You can see a few stray individuals on the level directly below y'all's, on the opposite side over there. Looks like they're sitting at tables kind of between the bookshelves. So each tier has a wall, like a half wall behind the bookshelves on the inner side of the ring, and there's bookshelves lining the walls on the outer sides of the rings.
Is there a cover over everything?
Nope, it is open to the sky.
So we got books out in the
If you look, I'm gonna walk over there. I haven't sat down yet. Walk over there. Can I see down, like all the way
Yes.
down?
Yes.
Is there lava down there?
No.
Okay, just black.
How far is your dark vision?
That's a good question.
60 feet.
Sure.
So, let me math here, because each of these like tiers is only about 10 feet high. So yeah, you can see all the way to the bottom. It's bookshelves on the second ring below you, the next ring, and the next. And then all the way at the bottom is a smaller space that looks to have a single point of flame burning along the western wall. Right there.
Okay.
So essentially there's the tier you're on, and then 3 more full of books, and then a small central space at the very bottom.
There's a lot of books.
Can I
Wait,
jump?
Yeah.
books? Did you
Weird.
say books?
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of books. Also, Tal'gor, you might be interested in this. There's some fire on the very bottom, like actual fire. Might go well with your rock.
hold on. Obi,
Yeah.
quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you don't ruin all your fucking books?
When it rains and snows, they throw up the shield. It's fine.
Alright, so you'll have a shield, not just... Okay, I didn't know. I have a legitimate concern. Books are expensive.
Yeah, we
My dad had 5.
we've,
Me bang
Five?
that in.
Wait, your dad, or your Zeus dad?
you have 2 dads. That's cool.
We're still trying to figure that one out
I see.
because these didn't used to be here.
Oh,
Not the eyes, dear. The
The little glowing sun eclipse thing that's in my face? No, that didn't used to be here. I'm learning things about myself as we go along I didn't even know, and it's concerning.
make a perception check for me.
I'm not rolling you again for a minute. You've rolled 2 2s and a 5.
Oh.
blessed be.
You're doing okay. That's a dirty 20.
You can see Oban, like his one arm is kind of leaning on the table, the other one's kind of below, and it seems like he's fidgeting with something in a pocket of his robes.
Lad,
Yeah.
put both hands on the tables where we can see them, please. I just don't want to assume anything about you fidgeting in your pockets.
Well, we don't want to assume anything about you all with fire eyes and everything, so...
No. These eyes used to be all black with a bunch of little stars like every other astral elf I've ever seen upon the astral sea.
And now they're not, and that's...
Now, yeah, it's weird. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to explode. Am I going to explode?
You will if you keep talking.
So, anyway.
Try.
The council will be along shortly, they're just...
Who's on the council?
So what is this?
Don't call me shortly.
What? I'm sorry?
Stop with the dad jokes over there.
So what is this place?
The boy is awkward, guys. The boy is very awkward.
And this group isn't? Like
That Zhonya is going to kind of like straighten herself up like she would if that she was a professor,
Where's Erebos?
in a sense, and just be like, young man, what is this place?
Where's Erebos?
Sitting right beside you.
Okay, we're
sitting where you were sitting.
Okay, we hadn't heard from Erebos. Like, I'm afraid we were going to turn around, and Erebos is like down at the bottom. Bye, guys.
You know,
Like climbing something new.
I'm not very capable of handling multiple talking NPCs.
Oh no,
So
understand.
if you want something, you need to say it.
We were just worried about our crazy friend and the fact that he is crazy.
No. Now, to be entirely fair, he said he's been here before, but he arrived with you guys, and it seems like he's trying to stick with you guys for whatever this tension is. But yeah, so he's sitting by the empty spot that you left when you got up to wander. Back to Oban. Zhonya was like, what is this place? Okay. He's gonna be like, well, it's we're the monastery at Raven's Claw. We're the scholars, I guess.
Scholars?
That's the easiest category.
Guess?
It's the easiest way to categorize us, but there's a lot that goes on here. There's people that research magic. There's people that research physical things, like how the world actually works, not just the magic side of things. We have historians. We have numeromancers who do the taxes, that kind of thing.
Hold on, neuromancers are the tax magic guys.
They keep the books for the realm.
Oh, I am out of character. I'm totally making a fucking tax magic category now.
Well, that is very...
There's a lot. So the easiest is scholars. It's everyone studies something, just a matter of what you study.
So, are y'all like a university without students?
Well, we're all students of something. Even if you're researching.
What are you a student of?
That's deep.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Well, to be entirely honest, I would really like to be a historian, but I feel like history's already been done, so I'd really like to see what happens in other places.
History's already been done. That's the definition there. It's the definition.
I have a history teacher playing at the table. I have to fuck around a little bit.
Yeah, that's most of history is fuck around and then the presidents find out.
That it is not a lot of wizards like me that I do time magic.
If we have anything about that, it's probably going to be down on the lower levels. That's probably some really heavy stuff.
No, it is not heavy. That all it is just it just takes about a minute or two to read.
No, it's probably
not a huge fan of
closely
going
guarded. Like
deeper into.
It's not going to be on the initiates level. I don't think. At least I've never seen anything. I've been here for a few years, so.
That you do look like a junior.
Just don't trust
A
him.
junior.
That we had used to have them up in like levels where I was from.
All right.
Oh, while we're still waiting, have y'all had any weird stuff happening around here? Anything dark and
Weird?
shadowy?
No, nothing weird.
Insight check.
Go ahead. DC's really low because he is not very simple.
Also, I don't believe that.
Go ahead. Inside it.
Inside
6.
Do I have that? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You finally betrayed me, blue and black dice.
That is 12.
It's pretty obvious that he's covering up, but yeah, it's
We
pretty
need
obvious.
to speak to his manager.
Pretty much.
So that was a yes.
No shadows.
No, that was a yes.
No shadows.
That was a yes.
Who mentioned shadows?
Tal'gor can fucking talk. What?
You fixed it.
How did I fix him?
Okay, so Nate, what we've been doing is having Tal'gor making noises.
We can always get you the puppet if it makes you feel better.
No.
He doesn't need the puppet. He
I mean,
is
no,
Tal'gor.
I already look like a lizard right here.
Right there. Let's
I would say
the
more of a
jowls.
puppet, but
If you would like, would you like Tal'gor to be able to speak eventually? Because that is a thing that
Sure,
can happen.
sure.
Okay, all right. We'll see what we can do. In the meantime,
I'm gonna write it. I'm just gonna. If I say something,
you do have
just
to
assume I wrote it down. I am literate.
Right.
I'm just gonna get you an auto-tuned voice box to
I'm
strap
just gonna
around
slide
your
it
neck.
to the
So you just walk around sounding like freaking T-Pain while you're talking.
No. Scales is right. I didn't mention anything about shadows. Like, what do you?
Right.
Yeah. So that's a yes.
Oh, see.
Then it is
Now,
just like the teacher.
I must quote a very good friend by the name of Lincoln with this. Now you fucked up.
I know Lincoln. He did say that.
Zhonya's just gonna just give him just that stern teacher look, like, out with it, boy.
So, look, here's how it goes.
I can't say.
Friendly,
No, you've got to talk to the council.
Friendly?
No.
intimidating, way more intimidating because more teeth, and that's the scary one.
Okay, look, I can't say anything because the council has ordered us not to say anything, so I'm not saying anything.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You're gonna
Is
talk
this
to the council?
So is this like
So
a deal with the
where
Fae
are
type
they,
situation? You're compelled to not say anything.
If I say anything, they're gonna kick me the fuck out. I don't want to be kicked
Yo,
out.
That's a pretty
Master
good compulsion.
Oban, where are they? When are they coming? And in that,
So,
at least can you just
So-
provide us some of that nice banana pudding or whatever that banana.
wait. Yeah, I want to know what a banana is. I've never seen one of these damn things.
Can we not get off subject?
Look, the kid. Look, do you want to get the kid kicked out of school? Tal'gor, that's one vote to get the kid kicked out of school.
No, I don't want to get him kicked
Okay,
out.
I don't
but
wanna get
he
the kid
does
kicked
need
out
to
of
go
school.
In, punishment
Fine.
for not
Fine.
treating guests right.
This one can't give us much information. We just
We'll-
got to be mean to the old ones.
We'll drop the subject. We'll quiz the council.
And just give us the banana.
Also, can you make bread out of it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's mushy, so it goes in a lot of things.
Do you have any of that?
Okay.
You
look,
know,
I'm
phallic
supposed
things
to-
tend to be a little
Look,
mushy sometimes.
I promise you.
All the time.
I promise you.
No.
I will keep an eye on all of us, and everyone will behave to the best of their abilities while you go and get us some bananas, please.
No,
I'll go with you.
no.
I'll send Tal'gor
You're
with you.
sitting here, and I'm watching you sitting here. That's what we're doing.
I'm gonna sneak away while you're arguing.
No, there's no way.
I'm sorry. I thought about T-posing, but that'd be wrong.
No.
Okay, so
No.
when I say we scatter,
I mean that.
it's all different directions.
That would
You
go
can't keep an eye on all of us.
that would go so bad as if we just scattered like kids on a mall trip.
While Zhonya is
She-
just bored, what does she
It's a
got
fuzz.
to- That it's just basically just going to just like take her quill, and then she just starts twirling it, and then you just see just like a little time rune, and then it just starts just spinning fast while she's waiting.
That one will make you turn really old really quick. I've seen her do it.
Are we threatening now? people?
Are we threatening people now?
No, I was just making bullshit up because Phil doesn't. Okay, if y'all have not picked up on this, Phil doesn't know how personality and emotions work.
And I'm just rolling with half the stuff Phil says. But I think it's funny. 'Cause
We're gonna
Phil
walk
says something
over.
out loud. I'm like, yeah.
I'll put my hand over Phil's mouth,
Oh.
and then I'm gonna give you a note saying how long do we have to wait.
I don't know. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with you all. So, look, I was just told to let you in and watch you.
Do you have a pisser?
All right.
A
Well,
what?
A pisser.
A bathroom.
are you gonna watch him use the restroom?
I gotta go really bad.
That seemed like you really wanted to, or you really didn't want to. I'm not quite sure which.
That's a bit weird, but I won't say no.
He puts his hand back in his pocket
Can I make a determination about what exactly he's messing with?
He's talking to people.
Please let me know this kid has a fidget spinner in his pocket. He's just like, oh fucking god, these assholes.
He has a hole in his
Can
pocket.
I roll
His
an
fidget spinner's
investigation check?
done.
He puts his hand in his pocket and pulls out a gem. It's a clear color, but it's got like a little bit of a glow. And he just says, they're on their way. Okay?
I'm gonna pull up my gem diamond, and I was like, can you make mine do that?
I'm gonna do the same thing.
I can't.
I just have it out.
I can't. No, I don't have...
You can't, but someone can.
It's like we're at an Applebee's.
Yes.
We are the worst customers ever.
I need to talk to him.
I told the kid the other day who was complaining.
Okay,
like,
then
this
thank
isn't
you for the
Applebee's.
update. We
You
will
can't
patiently
complain till you
wait.
get your way.
Right?
We'll
Don't
wait.
even get your way.
We'll wait.
Nobody's
I can't
complaining.
promise these guys will be patient. As I'm doing that, I'm just reaching over to knock something else off.
As you all are kind of trying to keep your insanity together, you do eventually start to hear what sounds like a bunch of footsteps, a bunch of robes, as a group of people basically come walking from the far side of this mess area.
Before they make it to us, I would like to put my hand on my lantern. Is there anything I actually need to be keeping an eye out for here?
They've got something pretty.
A little bit less mystic there for me. There's a lot of stuff in here I want to steal.
Something that I can't see that clear.
Low? High? Where?
I don't know. They've got it hidden. It might be fun to find.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Take the hand off. I'm about to do a crime.
You said that out loud?
No, I don't say that out loud.
It's a good definition. Like, I need to know sometimes.
We got mind space happening over there.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'll just do this for mind space. I'm going to do a
You need
crime.
jazz hands when you do it.
Time to do a crime, everybody.
Clip that shit. Clip that shit. All right. The group approaching it's quite the gaggle of people wearing these like gray and kind of a slate green pattern in their robes. Most of them are probably in their middle years. Only a couple of them are older. And they all are moving in a very tight group. They come into the space and move to the long table that you all were placed at, and they sit on the opposite side from you. There's about 10 of them all together. You can see, and in some cases you can feel, probably more than a few of them have magic at their disposal. Most of it seems to be the more utility and functional types of magic, conjurations and transfigurations and things like that. There's not a lot of... You're not feeling any really hostile vibes from these people, but...
Are they passively aggressive vibes?
They're closed. Like, they're very... There's a lot of poker face happening here. But you get a feeling that they're poised and ready to act if need be. And as they kind of sit down, the one who's essentially like right in the middle, we didn't specify a seating arrangement, but basically in the middle of this group, looks at each of you in turn, notes the dog sitting by the bench where Zhonya is, and the same voice that had been so ornery when y'all got to the gate. It's his voice, and he says, "So, you all came from Stone Scar then?"
Yes.
Yes.
And you're here why?
Out of character, real quick.
It was your idea.
No, it was my idea. I'm just asking y'all. I will step up, but if we all want to take time talking, I don't want to hog anything. That's why I wanted
that.
No. Go ahead and step up. Say your
You
things.
go ahead and say your things.
We'll chime in when we need
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
Except
Or
for him.
Tal'gor just walk up behind me and drag me into the shadows and Phil is no more.
I think I should have a signal for you to like flip tables and like lose your shit if we need to intimidate people.
Okay.
So I can stand up and be all brawny and like, hey, listen to us, and then you flipping tables and screaming as like, because I'm the one calming him down.
I'll do that.
I will allow that y'all could have come up with some kind of a signal on your trip up.
Yes.
But establish the signal now.
Step into a Slim Jim.
Yes. I'm gonna say step into a Slim Jim. I'm gonna work that into the conversation
We are
if
making
I need to. Organically. Free range.
We're making it canon for,
gonna free
for
range
Table
that.
Flip Tal'gor.
Hashtag please sponsor a Slim Jim.
Anyway,
Flash forward
I'll-
to 2 weeks from now, we have
So-
a plate of Slim Jims up here.
Right.
Like,
Thank you, salty, greasy sausage stick.
So the question was, why come here?
All right. First off, I am Fil'verl Ettin.
Yannick.
This is Arten Dawnwatcher. This is Tal'gor the Mighty. And this is Zhonya.
Right?
Embersong.
I'm very sorry, the player forgot your last name, not the character. But we were coming down from the little town down there. 'Cause it's getting rightly messed up by something that's coming from the mountains. Now we are informed a lot of learned men were up here. And we're trying to make sure to save them the discomfort and death that comes from all these naughty creatures of the underworld and darkness attacking them. And since y'all are the smart ones, we thought you might know where they're coming from, or maybe, since they're coming from the road that only leads to you, that they might have also come up the road rather than just down it.
We've got protection here. I'm gonna actually change the music. This ain't working for me. Hang on.
Just like all of a sudden we just turn around and there's some one student just jamming the hell out like, bruh, it's not the time.
Alright, we'll fix that. Okay.
our tiefling friend is going to town back there on the tiny
Oh,
strings.
yeah, no, Erebos has just the very tiny, he's just doing the
Yeah.
things.
Turn up just a little bit.
Well, some of these are a little louder.
That's the problem with using your phone with a Bluetooth speaker is volume changes.
It's on my laptop.
Oh,
Laptop is better.
Leplop is
Anyway,
better.
Sari. Okay, so, brain words. We've got protection here, and we haven't had any issues. So,
I'm not trying to be rude, but your lad over there definitely gave the vibe that there have been some shadows here that have made things slightly uncomfortable. But even beyond that, I believe that town's one of the few things that bring you food, other than maybe every so often a couple of your flying buddies bring in a package. So my thing is that if you let them die, y'all might be a mite bit hungry. And we're just asking so we can help the common people not have such a shite existence.
we, up here, are set with provisions for a few years. And we've got things that we're tending to up here that they have to tend to their own stuff down there.
So we've got the very libertarian ideals here, don't
The
we?
Lucarans are the ones who are supposed to be providing the protection and tending to things like that. If they're struggling, then it's them you ought to be offering your help to.
My question to you, oh magnificent brilliant one, is,
Flattery's getting you nowhere, bro.
I didn't mean it as a compliment. Those that have the ability to do good should. And no thing is an island, especially a volcano, that sits in the middle of nowhere. And yes, you're fine for a few years. Fantastic for you. But any trouble that's in the world or any worlds that I've ever been to, eventually isn't just the poor's problem, but the problem of all. And since you might have some knowledge that could help us actually deal with it, we're here to talk to you. I'm not asking you to walk out of your golden volcano of knowledge and go handle it. I'm asking you if you can give us some information to help us go do it. Now, if you want to be pissy with me, that's fine. I don't care if you like me or not, or my friends. Okay, I care if you like this one or not, a little bit, because this one is a fucking peach to be around at all times. But if you want to sit here with knowledge up your ass, you're about as useful as a limp dick. You don't serve your actual purpose, and you're letting the knowledge be masturbatory. So, instead of me trying to be nice to you, how about we cut to the point? Can you help us deal with this, or are you going to sit up here with your thumb up your ass, reading your book, trying to be holier than thou?
I'd like you all to make insight checks as this is going on. You too.
I'm a mite bit distracted.
Obviously.
Because I got a whole 11.
Okay.
I'm a burning.
13.
I'm a burning inspiration.
Oh, wait, yeah, we got inspiration. I'm not doing that yet, though.
I've got
Much
a lot
better.
of this.
Okay.
I'm rolling down the 3.
There's some important shit that I'm worried about in the future.
21.
We're rolling down the 3. We're going to try this one more time. Hey! That's 14.
Okay, and Tal'gor's 13? Alright, Tal'gor and Arten, as Phil's getting a little heated with this, you are kind of, you're both looking down the line as well as focusing on Yannick. You see a few of the younger individuals on the council, probably somewhere around their 30s or 40s. Yannick is closing in on 50 probably. But a few of these younger individuals are, while they're shocked at what seems to be the way Phil is speaking to Yannick, there's also a little bit of an indication that maybe Yannick has it coming to him in their expressions, like a little bit of
Satisfaction.
yeah, a little bit of just a little bit of
A little happy
satisfaction.
that he's getting.
But also a lot of like shock that he's being spoken to that way. Zhonya,
Mm-hmm.
you pick up a little more as Phil is going on his tirade. You're being, I don't know. Maybe things move a little slower for you when you're kind of doing a scan and picking things up. But
Is she in the zone?
She was in the zone. You see a number of people on the council are fidgety. It's not very obvious, but it's like their robes are shifting, like they're adjusting their feet, or they're twitching their hands a little bit. There's a lot of obvious tells that they're concerned that Yannick is going to maybe give something away, or that y'all are pushing too close to something you shouldn't be pushing. There's a lot of uncertainty and even fear at the whatever the outcome of this interaction is going to bring. And behind, at his, Oban's still sitting at that other table. He's still here, but he's not part of this like interrogation situation. Oban is looking from the interrogation and looking away, like across the
So
open part
where
of the
will we
caldera.
be on the map?
So y'all are going to be kind of where it says Rezel there.
Mm-hmm.
And Oban is basically looking like straight across the caldera and like he's looking for something. Like glancing away and seeing if anything's there and then looking back.
Okay.
Every so often while this is happening.
Zhonya is just going to go like, well, that I used to be a professor up in my homeland, and then that a lot of you are acting like whenever some of my students get caught lying to me, and I can tell. Oban, why do you keep on looking just across the caldera?
Oban looks absolutely terrified that you've brought him into this. And he doesn't say a word. He's just
No,
kinda
that
like,
you are going to come over here right now and that
Oh,
you're going to
fuck
be
mom
part about
voice.
this.
Fuck mom voice.
One
I'm
of-
done.
one of the council members who's sitting closer to you on opposite the table, like, puts herself in your line of sight and says, "Don't speak to him. You have no right to speak to him that way.
Well,
Be
then,
silent."
That's it. I'm getting up.
You know
I
what?
stand up. I tap him on the shoulder and him on the shoulder at the same time.
that we cannot
Can I
have this
roar
civil.
in a non-combat setting? Because I want to. I would like to frighten them.
And as the bagpipes start,
The roar is a feature, yes.
Yeah.
What's the wording on it? Does it specifically say in a combat situation? Because if it does not, you can do it whenever you want.
Once per rest, you can use a bonus action to frighten.
That's any fucking time you want, bro.
You want to make sure? Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and roar,
Okay.
which is set to frighten these guys.
All right. There's a DC, I assume.
15.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll 1 for Yannick and then 3 for the rest. So we'll just make life easy that way. Red for Yannick. Okay.
choice move.
Thank you.
All right.
So you
and
use mom voice.
what's the save?
DC 15.
All right. Most of them, including Yannick, do fail. That you can see them. Their reactions are genuine. They were not expecting that, and they're kind of quaking in their boots. 3 of them, though, including the one who was getting in your grill, do not seem to be affected.
That's fine, because I'm not done. So I roar. I stand up. Listen here, you inquisitive little piss ants. You better snap into a Slim Jim real quick, because we have walked for 3 days. He's flipping tables.
I just flipped the table as he said it.
We have walked for 3 days. I'm gonna roll intimidation after I'm done talking. To talk to you, to make sure that you answer our questions, to find out where these damn shadows have come from. I'm not leaving here until I get some answers, and I don't give a shit what kind of magical books you've read.
Well, how big is
When
the
he
table?
makes this intimidation
It's a
check, I
long
would like.
table. It's like 12 feet long.
I'm gonna just pick it up and go against the wall and flap my neck flaps.
I was gonna say I'd like to give him help. So I was trying to let you know I'm being the fucking
I was
nice
just
one.
saying. I was just saying. Throwing a table is.
Oh no, I mean, I'm sure he has advantage at this point, but Phil's like, I was trying to be fucking polite, and you fucked up.
All right, you can roll intimidation.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Is it with advantage or just straight?
Yeah.
It is with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Y'all picked up a whole ass table and chunked it against the wall,
Yes!
man.
We planned for stuff and we did the thing. Please do something.
Phone.
Mine or yours?
My phone.
It's a 16. Should I have used an inspiration?
16's pretty good.
Okay, so 16.
Did the light mess up?
I don't know.
No,
Okay.
it seems fine.
The ones that were already frightened are obviously terrified now. The other 3, while they seem shocked, they're holding on to they're holding on to things. And as the table, it's a heavy wooden table, and you just actually make me a strength. Let's see how much damage you actually do here.
And as that this is going on, well, first after this.
That's not a D20. That's the D12.
You're disadvantaged right now, dude.
There it is, yeah.
It's a 9.
So it doesn't smash. It's a big ass table. It doesn't smash, but
It's
it made
mahogany.
a very long, like a very loud noise.
And as that this is going on, that Zhonya will basically say that, like, Brother Just Orion was a bit nicer to us than what y'all have been showing. Then that we have been traveling for basically 3 days, as just that my compatriots have said. And then that we were the nice ones. You don't want these 2 angry.
So let's go ahead and just cut the bullshit. What's coming from here?
Nothing's coming from here.
Oh, but something's coming. and we need to know because.
No, you don't.
Oh,
The hell we
The less you know, the better for what we're trying to hide.
I am
Hush.
DM.
Oh,
Stop trying to hide stuff. You
hide
have to
shit.
fight it.
DM that I am going to message Phil and say that basically up in that you will hear her voice and then it will say like Oban was basically looking off across the way over at something nervously. You can also respond to this message.
Alright. Get Tal'gor to grab the lad and go that way. I'll stay here and keep them occupied. I'm better at talking, and I don't think we want to fight them.
Exactly my point. I just say that we need to try to calm down the
Sure, I want to fight
situation.
him right now.
I'm sure you
I'm
need.
90% sure I'm going to take all of them.
As things are, as the tension is like, it's holding steady. Like
Cut this
they're
shit
not
off.
willing to give ground, and y'all aren't willing to just go away quietly, kind of situation. Y'all hear a lot more footsteps as a lot more people start kind of making that. Like you can see people moving across the caldera. There's little, there's like gem lights situated on all of the walls, like even on the tops of the bookshelves, almost like landing beacons kind of situation. And so there's plenty of light to see moving figures even across the way. It seems like everyone who is in this place is up and moving now.
Okay. Real quick, what's the leader guy's name again?
Yeah.
Yarnik.
Yannick.
Yeah.
Do you tell me
So,
that?
you're the
Yes,
one to tell
I'll
us
tell you that.
you know something. You don't want to tell us, and it's resulting in dead people. And you're hiding something because you're so much smarter than everyone else.
If word gets out, what we're trying to hide will be in danger.
What are you hiding that needs to be
Someone who
protected?
needs to be protected from the gods.
All right, now we have a discussion.
No, we don't.
Yes, we fucking do. Because is this individual that needs to be protected from the
Just
gods
basic
causing this to happen, yes or no?
The balled up number 7.
Is what's coming out here fucking with people coming for this individual that you're hiding?
And then as that Phil is saying, just Zhonya's just
Are
gonna be
these-
like this.
Are
Shows him
these
the number
individuals that live back in the town fallout because you're hiding an individual here that something's looking for?
I'm gonna, while this is going on, I'm gonna drop off, sneak away, if I can.
Nope. By this, by this,
We're kind of surrounded.
Yeah,
by
that we are
this point,
surrounded.
people have come
How
up
am I
from the
supposed to?
people have come up from the lower levels. They're filled in.
Situation's changing
Just
way too
situations
rapidly.
changing way too rapidly. So basically, then Zhonya just
Y'all notice, I mean, sound echoes in this place.
right.
When it's quiet, it's very, very quiet. When anything makes a big bang, it's heard everywhere.
We're making big bangs.
That is the roar still echoing a little bit in other chambers.
Probably is.
Like, so we're-
But basically, then that do you know anything about this? And then as she holds basically that the number Persifid number 7 basically to Yarn.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
that was kind of a yes or no question, though.
I tell you what they probably have. What they probably have is those 3 fugitives. We should tell the king and his people.
Stop,
They'll come here.
stop.
No. He wants to keep things a secret. We'll bring the whole dead gum kingdom here.
No. Fuck, Arten. We don't need to bring the whole goddamn kingdom here. Are the people in the village fallout because you're hiding an individual here, yes or no?
It's not our fallout, it's the gods' fallout.
I don't give 2 shits.
We can't help them without risking everything else.
Then
What do
explain
you mean?
the situation. Because right now, as far as I'm concerned, there's a bunch of good folks down the fucking mountain that are having to eat the shit that you might be hiding. And because you don't want to deal with the fucking titans
Maybe
that you call a goddamn god.
Maybe he'll understand what it means to lose some people if we just start killing off some of these acolytes.
There, wait. Fuck, Arten, no.
No,
God damn it.
that's
Now,
not
I'm
the way-
trying.
Just pacing back and forth, yelling bad ideas. That's all I'm trying to do. Pace back and forth, yell bad ideas. I want you to correct me and do other things.
We're to take Arten outside.
No.
There's a people wall on both ends now.
Yannick,
Pretty sure.
let me go ahead and say
People
something to you right now. No matter how fucking smart you are, even if it's smarter than I am, which I'll be honest with you, is not fucking hard. You're not smart enough to do what you're trying to pull off right now. So, are the people dying because your gods are pissy and you're hiding someone they're pissy at because they happen to be related to the wrong individual?
I want
One of the gods.
He who
is causing
shouldn't.
all of this.
Yeah, sun god? Bright shiny bastard in the sky? Him? Or are you talking about buried under the ground grumpy slow talk?
Sorry, he killed me. He killed me with the grumpy slow talk. Got me.
I nailed it.
I wasn't ready. Okay, see.
Which one of the two? Because those are the two that seem to be putting their dicks in everything and making it really hard for people.
That's what dicks do.
Roll a persuasion with advantage.
$19.
Look. We don't know enough ourselves yet. We can't do anything until we know what we're gonna try to do isn't gonna make things worse.
Well, shit my britches. That felt like an actual answer.
Hey, we just had to yell. We just had to yell for 5 minutes to get an honest-to-God answer and have a discussion here. Are we done with the fucking yelling, or are you gonna keep trying to stonewall us?
A lot of the answers are not mine to give.
Oh, and whose are they to give? Is it the individual you're hiding? Because if that's the case, maybe we should talk to them.
Yeah, let's meet him.
Please.
Tell you what, he can meet him. The angry ones can stay outside.
I'm not going to bring you potentially realm-killing information until you prove to me that you're worthy of it. Right now, all you've been doing is yelling at me and my people.
Because you were dicks to us when we came to the door simply coming to ask a simple question.
We had no warning, and we've got things that we have to keep under wraps.
You keep...
For the good of everyone out there.
See, this is sounding like a whole lot of I know better than you, son. Dad is smart.
What if I am? What if I am right? What if you're wrong?
And what if you're not right?
And what if we're
Then
right?
it's on my head when people die.
Aye, and then you can blame the rest of it on us. A bunch of fuck-alls from nowhere.
I'm not taking you to our people.
Is it over there where the lad looked?
And if it is, you'll never find your way through the maze.
Well, there's a maze. There's a maze. That sounds fun.
It's amazing.
Well, if we screw up,
Tal'gor just signs amazing. It's like,
if we screw up, then Zhonya can just rewind and we'll start over again.
oh, I was going to say, also, if you let us in the maze and we fail, we die.
Alright, or you could give me a bit of a show of good faith.
All right. I haven't burned any of your fucking books when you didn't let us in, when we were being very nice. You came in here with some sort of stick shoved so far up your ass it's tickling your tonsils, and then you talk down to me like I'm some type of ignoramus. You had your lad over here, this boy, this sweet summer child that knows next to nothing. You should let him study history, even though it's been done before.
Wait. What do we need for a show of good faith?
What do you need?
Keep your cool until morning.
Then don't come in here. Don't come in here and be asses to us.
So we can stay?
You show up.
So we can stay.
We can stay.
We can stay.
You show up on our doorstep with no warning when we have to keep things quiet.
That's understandable.
Not sounding like you're trustworthy either here.
How could we have warned them?
Well, we could have sent a messenger pigeon. Or, just saying
If
here.
a pigeon existed in the town we just left, it would have been lunch.
Oh, that's true. Well, then again, you could always have just tied the message to a longbow and fired it.
Fuck longbows.
That, regardless of my compatriots' disdain for just the superior weapon,
These mages don't give a shit.
that basically that, you know, that we had spent 4 nights ago fighting shadows around a temple in Stone Scar. And we fought a shadow chimera.
Not to mention that we fought shadows to get to Stone Scar.
That we have risked our, excuse my French, or else Sylvan here, our fucking lives.
That's not Sylvan or French.
To basically, to just basically help out for just the better good of people, and then that whatever it is that we understand that there has to be something to be done to gain just a will of trust, and then that I am the most patient person here. However, that I am running out of time and also my fucking patience with just your hoity-toity attitude. Mister,
Just my bad.
because then because of the fact that if that you was a damn student of mine, your ass will be writing fucking lines all day. So you need to rewind yourself, mister, on your fucking attitude.
He's in his mind space right now, so.
Excuse me, elders. It's just a lot.
Thank you.
Hold on,
But-
forward again.
Anyway, if that you want to basically
Is that better?
You're my hero.
If that you basically want to tell us about good faith and stuff, you also need to show it to yourself. And then that you want to talk about lives lost, I have brought himself back at just at the expense of my own fucking memory, so that you can just basically take just whatever it is that makes you comfortable at night and go cock-a-doodle-doo at night in your pillow.
Oh, snap!
She pulled the rooster on him. That's great.
I am so proud of her right now.
You can have an expert inspiration for that one because that was good.
That was
good-ish. Even with that, Yannick doesn't really seem willing to back down. However, there's some nodding in some of the others of the council, as well as a few of the individuals that have kind of basically come in as muscle, for lack of a better term.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fair assessment.
Don't you make fun of them. There's gonna be that one yoke nerd just because you did like that one that's going, well, I'm out of spell slots, time to rage.
I wasn't reading this book written by barbarians. There was a whole bunch of pictures.
Chuck
But
Norris.
The woman that's sitting across from you, she says, look, we understand that you all are frustrated. We understand that you all feel quite justified in your outrage. And we would love to set all your fears at ease at one shot. However, we cannot. It is not our right, nor prerogative, nor realm of expertise to answer for those who can answer for themselves. However,
and I'm gonna draw her. I'll give it to you.
Those who can answer will not speak with you tonight. That is what we were doing.
Check this shit out.
When we asked Oban to keep watch over you. We let you in off the road, let one of our people keep you company, and we were trying to convince the person that you need to talk to come speak with you, but they are afraid. They will not speak with you tonight.
That's fine. Kind of like how we started condescension there and then moved to what the actual point was. That was appreciated.
From just like one sage to another sage. It is always, make sure that your syllabus and syllabi are always clear and full of clarity next time.
Agreed. However, a professor need not divulge all the secrets they have learned over many millennia to someone who barely shows up on the doorstep looking for an elementary course, do they?
Oh, fuck that. I read the last page of the book first.
You can do so. And what if what you need's on the first page, dear?
I'll get to that next.
And that's backwards thinking.
Also, thinking that you can solve all the world's problems by
We
boxing
don't
them
think
all.
we can solve all of them.
I'm kind of getting that vibe, though, because
No, there are a few problems that we can fix, but they are by no means going to fix everything. There's a lot of layers to this that you don't understand. And you are being
again, doesn't
very
it?
impatient.
Oh, the reason I'm impatient is because we got blown off to begin with. Now, I get your point, and you can try, and he can try, and everyone can try again. But understand, I think we all fucked up here, and we're at least trying here a second, and y'all still buckling down on the piss off novice.
We have secrets that have to be maintained.
Okay,
We are
so
not budging.
they know who the king's duffing, don't they?
Probably.
I
Alright.
just think that we
They gotta keep
just,
that a secret.
I do think that we are still feeling a bit tired a bit, so maybe that it can all just
So,
blow over.
if we don't pitch a fit tonight and we sit here and don't cause you any problems, there's a chance tomorrow this mysterious person you have hidden away in a closet might talk to us. Is that what all you're saying?
Yes.
Alright, then we'll sit here and be good for a night.
And if they do deign to speak with you, you will be
This many?
bound by secrecy.
Oh, secrets.
Because their existence hinges everything.
Has anyone thought about plane shift?
Yes, we have, and we can't do it.
Oh, they can't actually do it.
Ever read that book yet?
Not for them.
I was hoping that there wouldn't be a follow-up there, that they couldn't do it because an individual was bound to this plane. I was hoping they just were saying, we don't know the spell.
Third level, rack C, shelf B.
Why would I want to go read your books?
That's where the plane shifting terminologies are.
Okay,
Oh,
is that right
good
next to all the
information.
porn that you read?
No. Duodecimal system.
Oh, wait, is this the Duodecimal system here?
Yeah.
Fil'verl,
Right?
be at ease.
Alright.
Alright, where can you store us for the night so we don't make any noise?
I think at the tables. That's probably what they're
You
going to
stay
say.
here at the tables?
We'll be fine. We don't want to cause them any more undue stress.
You will follow Oban. You will not leave the rooms that you are shown to. You will be escorted here to breakfast in the morning.
It comes with breakfast.
That is
If you're nice, maybe there'll be some banana pudding.
Oh, Oban had already promised that to us.
that banana pudding is.
It still hasn't manifested.
I want my banana pudding. So
No, you don't want this one to not get the banana pudding. This one will go fucking ape and just stab somebody.
In the morning. All of it was eaten with dinner. We don't have any more to be made fresh in the morning.
That's understandable.
Apparently it takes a day
Just
to get dawn
thank
fruit
you
to
for your
make that.
generosity for letting
Hey,
us.
look, don't hate. If it takes a day to make, then it obviously is good.
I mean that it's usually.
Also, do you think
made
these
up in about,
individuals
2
don't
hours.
follow? Do you think these individuals don't follow the recipe step by meticulous milligrammed step?
Now who's being condescending? And they get up and leave the table.
It's still, I think it's still them. This thing
Oh,
is
it's still them, but I feel like, hey, I got them to leave.
Yeah, you got them to leave.
I don't know if that was what we were trying to do, but at this point, I feel like it's an accomplishment.
A lot of the other individuals are still standing around watching, but the council is making their way out of this space. Oban looks absolutely fucking terrified. Shit his pants levels terrified.
Prestidigitation to fix that.
I'm gonna walk up to Oban, put my hand on his shoulders, and as my hand touches his shoulders, I'm gonna let my claws come out just enough to where he can feel them. But sorry, I had to do that to you.
Yeah, sure.
That we have this whole like
You know, I don't want to hear it. Follow me.
we all have that this
Walks away, and if y'all don't follow,
following.
Oh, we're following, but that's
I'm
how you
still
talk to a
gonna finish
professor.
it. I mean, then we basically have this good guard, bad guard thing going on.
Oh no, I just got pissed because he was very condescending.
Well, then that
I'm just so happy that
that you know
all that
that
worked out like I wanted it to.
of just that the same guards that that we used to have these guards
in
named
my head, I
Vincent
kept
and
saying, I'm about to tell him to flip this table, and I'm going to roll a fucking 1. That's going to be the worst thing. Like, roar, flip tables. No one's scared. You rolled a 1. They don't care. They read about this shit. They
I
don't
do
care.
But
apologize.
the way you phrased "step into a Slim Jim" made it very organic. I appreciate that.
Put a lot of thought into it. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
So as we are walking around and stuff, Zhonya would like to make an investigation check just to kind of like get the layout
That's
of just
sponsored,
the
yeah.
area and stuff.
Okay.
I am using a different one.
One day. One day.
Okay, 17.
All right. Once you make it past the crowd, y'all are basically heading further down the ring. The bookshelves on this level move to not that far.
Oh.
Right about there. The bookshelves on this level kind of move solely to the inner wall, leaving the outer wall basically chock full of doors. The doors don't seem to be they're relatively close together, and so it doesn't seem like they could be full rooms behind each door. But eventually, Oban stops y'all near a staircase down to the next level, and opens a door that has a circle with a crosshatch in it. Looks basically like a early iteration rendering of a star. And then in the upper right quarter of the star quadrant, it has a 1. And he says, "You're in North Star 1. You'll need to remember that." Opens the door with just a regular old skeleton key, and the door opens to a long hallway that has a few of the gem lights along the walls, like sconces. And at the end of the hall is a large dormitory-style room, essentially. There's about 7 beds. And so basically the way this works is each door has a hallway of differing length, so the rooms are basically checkerboarded in.
Okay.
Are they bunk beds?
No, they're flat beds.
Sorry. I was totally getting the top bunks.
They're all very thin.
You're
They're
too
like
big for
twin-size
the top
beds,
bunk.
though.
You're too big for the top bunk.
I'll sleep on the floor.
Anyway, Oban basically walks y'all down the hall, and hands one of you the key, whoever's standing. Probably not Arten. Hands the key to
So I didn't even reach out my hand. I know it's not coming to me.
No, I'm just gonna say this is the one that used mom energy, and I'm pretty sure that Obama would hand the key to that one.
And
I burned all the bridges immediately, knowing that that's fine.
before he once he kind of gets all the 5 of you, Erebos is in here too, as well as Zarina. Once he gets all of y'all in here, he kind of throws his hand behind him, the hand with the gem. He's still holding it, he's been his knuckles are white and everything, and he just kind of holds the gem behind him, and you see a bit of a haze, like a shimmer in the air, just kind of fill the hallway leading to the door.
Real quick, before anything else,
Arcana.
is there our bathroom right around here, or do we gotta hold it all night?
There is another door to a privy chamber.
15
Just-
on the Arcana check.
Just wanted to ask because I don't want to go wandering for a place to handle a constitutional obi
Yeah.
and set off your alarm.
There's a door. It has there's not a full bath. It's more just kind of a necessities chamber.
Your chambers.
But the water there's a wash basin that does fill itself, and the water is heated. That's notable. With the 15, it's abjuration magic. And as he throws the spell, he kind of, you can see him kind of square his shoulders a bit, and he says, "Look, they don't get out much. They forget how to talk to people sometimes."
It's cool. We all deal with racist family members from time to time that make situations hard. It's cool. You don't have to make excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I'm trying to explain that you really need to believe us when we say that we have to keep this secret.
I'm over there
making a bed, just like this one's mine. See if
I
I can-
mean that, you know,
Look, I know we've had the reports about Stone Scar, and we're trying to figure out a way to convoy some of our food supplies down there. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you. If things don't get fixed, this 3 years worth of food ain't gonna do shit for us.
Ah,
But it could do shit for them. So we're getting together a way to get food down to them. But we have to keep things quiet. If we don't, everyone could end up dead.
or you move whatever's killing them.
I mean,
We can't.
It's chained here.
we will. That we will just learn about
Or did
it.
they just have
that
one
we will
really
just learn
comfy
about
chair?
it in the morning.
Dad, I don't know.
You have to keep your cool, okay?
As long as it doesn't talk.
The people you need to speak to, they won't talk to you if you're antagonistic.
It's people. It's many.
Okay, so it's me.
It's said
To be
many
fair-
times.
He was antagonistic first.
Again,
Keep your cool.
They don't get out much.
don't get out much. And there's a lot riding on this.
That's understandable.
Taking off my stuff and okay.
Yes, I was letting them listen in. I had to let them listen in while they were trying to convince the...
That's understandable.
But they're not hearing this right now. Just don't go wandering tonight. You've got the key. It's a show of trust. Just
I
be cool.
am
I
too
figured we
tired
were going
to
anywhere. We got
wander.
beds.
We got beds. We got
There's a
food.
poop room.
As long as y'all don't get a hankering for
Well-
dawn fruit in the middle of the night.
Well, then that, you know, basically,
They said it'd be in the morning.
you
we can
know,
wait. I'm
that
not
up in the
that
morning.
patient.
So
Alright.
Isn't anticipation
you
half
try
the
to have a good
desire?
night.
Y'all too. And
Bites
drops.
lip.
The shimmer disappears. Oban walks out, closes the door behind himself.
Zhonya just goes to the bathroom, comes back already up in PJs. Nighttime.
Alright, so, Erebos, I'm assuming you want the bed next to him?
No, Erebos, don't shove your bed next to me.
I'll move the bed next to him. But I take the floor in front of it. Is there a fireplace?
Not really.
No, that
but
you-
the floor
Yeah,
is
what's the
warm.
Okay, because I'm cold blooded.
Well,
I can, well, hold on, I could
The floor is
prestidigitate
warm.
his clothing to feel warm.
You could. I think you've done that before too.
Cool.
and then that Zorarina can be beside you too.
Oh, you get to snuggle the pup.
That's right.
Alright, before we go to bed, I'm sorry I lost my cool.
Ditto.
He was a dick.
They weren't that scary last time I was here.
No, because now they got something that they need to protect from their gods.
I'm just saying, Tal'gor and I lost our cool by design. Up
I
top.
mean,
By the
mean,
way,
that-
that was really cool. Did y'all have that planned?
Yeah. We're said it, one of the nights around the fire we're talking
But-
about it.
Was it when
I-
you were getting wood?
Yeah.
I mean that I
We got
would-
wood for the fire.
Oh, okay.
I mean that
I do.
you know
Nate
that,
was like, what?
I figured
Tal'gor
we did.
staring into the distance was like, what?
I mean that I am more of a bit of this studious kind, so I can maybe speak their language, but I am not a speaker like you, Fil'verl.
Every time.
Look, the problem I have,
I would go cut.
I can talk to people. I'm still figuring out what the hell emotions are personally. I was raised very
I mean that I have the patient of
Phil
just
doesn't know how to say it, but he just. My dad was very. And my mom was very.
Well, I never ever knew my dad.
Statuesque.
No.
Stoic.
What's worse than stoic?
Straight-laced.
Stoic straight.
No, I can't.
Cold.
Is it a
Repressed. Oppressed.
repressed? Oh,
Badger.
Yes.
Is it a badger?
No.
Mushroom.
Snake.
Snake.
but
Don't.
so
I'm gonna write a note to
Samantha?
Phil that
I don't even
says,
know what's
well, my whole family was murdered in front of my eyes.
I'm very sorry about that, because here's the deal. Like, we're learning we actually had fairly decent upbringing, so it was
Yeah.
like normal. And now I'm feeling it's not normal
I
because
had
everybody
a-
else has all this other
but
shit.
I did have a decent upbringing until I had to bring him back to life.
But what I'm saying is, I'm still trying to figure out, and that just overwhelmed me.
That's understandable.
Because the people who need help, aren't these muckety mucks up here that are sitting with their noses in their books, masturbatorily learning
They're
things?
fine. They have shields to protect them from the rain.
Most of them had like.
It's just not.
I had caught a vibe from them that they were basically acting like one of my students, that who basically tried to like, that they are nervous about an exam and stuff, and then that they're just like, and then that you know that they had cheated.
Well, the problem here is, I get so tired of individuals that have the capability to do good or do something, and then their solution is bottle it up because we know better and whatever's here needs to be kept hidden. Maybe they're right, but the problem is it rubbed me wrong because there's a whole village with children and people down there that can't do.
Maybe just like whatever that this is that they are keeping, then that you know whatever it is, that it better be worth it.
It better be. I'd much rather be wrong tomorrow than walk down there and find out they got some dude that would be better off dead than killing everybody else, because then we're going to have a moral dilemma.
I mean that.
Well, I will.
I mean that this is my second chance, literally, to try to reinvent myself because I saved someone. So.
Also, I've got an inkling in my stomach, in my gut. They're hiding something else they're not telling us as well. So we need to keep our heads on a swivel for anything.
I'll bet you tomorrow in my rations
that-
pull out a fruit.
And then
I don't know which
also
one it is, and just,
of that
grab
the fact
one.
of that
If
if
it's
that you
pomegranate,
feel
I'm
yourself
serious.
slipping, if that you also feel yourself slipping up in like any kind of conversation, I can also control that as well.
Kind of bummed we missed dinner though.
It's a bundle of strawberries.
Did you just pull out like a whole handful of strawberries and throw them in your mouth?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed. You can fit a lot in there, huh?
I haven't been here, so I'm gonna reach into my bag and see
Hang
what I
on,
pull
hang on.
out. If I pull out food.
It's a little like a bowl with like a beeswax infused cloth like kind of sealed over the top of it. Blueberries,
Okay.
half dried. They're kind of tacky and chewy.
Okay,
It's just,
They're getting everywhere. They didn't have lips. They just go places.
Anyway,
they're actually pretty good. Anyway, it's just, I don't trust them here.
Plop on the bed.
I really don't trust them. I don't know, do you?
whenever that I basically, kind of sort of did a lack of better terms, vibe check on them, it was basically that they were very nervous of our presence, at least.
That's because we're...
And then that Oban, he just kept on like looking away, so I guess it was that individual, I don't know.
What I want to know, and I'll write it down.
Right,
Did we?
But
Okay.
go ahead.
I'll just say, is this dangerous for the whole world or just people within the
I mean that you did like read
They
that
think
the
it's
things,
dangerous for everybody.
that you did read the things, right?
Yeah.
They think it's dangerous. So what I think we're dealing with here is that there is somebody that is related to he who shall not be named, down below slow talk,
Down below slow talk.
I mean,
and he's not supposed to create any other life, is he?
not
I
that-
have to listen to the old man when y'all were inside going to the place that you
I
shouldn't
thought
go
it was just that
into.
he couldn't create life. His dick stopped working.
Well, maybe it worked one more time and made something that's not supposed to be here. Now we're dealing with a demigod or a couple demigods
I mean
that are individuals that have been infused with his essence, and I don't want to think how that happens.
I'm still saying it's those three fugitives that are running from the ground. They stole some stuff.
I
Well,
mean,
if there's fugitives that stole stuff, that's
that
a small problem versus.
But
I
they
mean-
stole relics.
But that they did say that they had already knew about that, the fugitives, and that they knew about Madame Snow's.
But the thing is I really feel we're dealing with something that's going to upset their religious order, and then their pissy sun god that seems to be everybody's favorite asshole. Because let's be honest, everything I've heard about him, he's kind of an ass. But he also provides life because he's the fucking sun, and if we didn't have him, we'd all die kind of situation. Is that what we're dealing with here?
I don't know that. I'm not from here.
Erebos, is that kind of how it works with their religion? Or am I just grossly
I
misunderstanding it?
mean, surface level? Yeah, it's about right.
Deeper than that, though.
I'm pretty sure surface level. That's how all religion does.
I mean,
Zhonya herself, she is life, like the possibilities of life, so technically life comes from her. Phinos is just the one who kind of
Brings light.
figureheads everything, I guess.
Life
Wait,
can
so
also
he's
come
middle
from a
management?
song.
More like the vizier slash.
So he's the
general of
assistant to the manager.
General of the military who did the thing that the queen wanted done. So
he is like
He's the
vice.
boss?
Vice principal.
Oh, no. I think he's more or less, he's the quarterback that peaked really early and now everyone still worships him because he thinks he's great.
What?
It is just
What's a
some
quarterback?
It is some
Throws
weird.
a bowl.
It throws a ball wrapped up in
Throws a
leather.
ball.
It is like
Throws
wrapped
a ball.
up
It's
in
a
leather.
sports thing. I never got into it. Not built for it.
Sports ball?
It
Sports
was,
ball, yes.
Yeah, sports ball.
I'm just, look, I know more about it, but my dad wanted me to try it and just look at this. This is not the body of an athlete.
Look,
Swimmer, maybe. Athlete, no.
Just do think that we all do need to get some rest.
But I think what we're dealing with is someone that the sun god would get pissed at, and the sun god would be willing to pull his da to deal with.
I mean,
Okay, and I think that might be what some people are worried about, is some type of scourge or divine down on top of everybody's head if whatever is here is found out.
What are shadows if not divine?
I mean that.
But the shadows are nothing more than reflections of what's hit by the brightest light. Oh, fuck. Could light be responsible for the shadows?
No, you can't have shadows without light.
You can't have shadows without light.
Oh.
But
You're a mess. No, you're. Read that again. Now that y'all are talking about this.
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
Okay. This situation is getting a lot worse
I
the
mean,
more I think about it.
I mean, what's up, Arten?
What do you got?
Read that.
Are you doing this because the player's doing a really shitty Irish accent?
No, just read the thing.
Okay. Like in character, out of character.
In
Read the
character.
thing.
Read it.
Alright. The light that shines in darkness aren't always visible under the sun, because the tales told by the fire's keepers, those who control the light, often hide in their own shadows.
I mean that sounds like to me that basically that those that who everybody has something to hide, and in that.
So, please tell me we're not going to have to kill God.
I don't know.
Please tell me we're not going to have to kill God.
I'm gonna write note that says we don't have to kill God.
Thank you, Tal'gor. You're very comforting and making me
Do
feel
a smiley
better.
face too.
Oh, you are
I mean,
such a lovely artist.
You know that if
You should have
that-
told us soon. Oh, fuck, I'm sorry.
I mean, if that I was a bit, if that I did retain most of my memories and stuff, I would be able to help out with just, but my knowledge has still been spotty.
Erebos, what can you tell me? What's this group? The Samaritans cut purses. What's that group's name again on your note, Arten?
Oh no. The Iron Tongue.
Feast.
Yeah, Fist. Jorzan?
Yeah. She's the head of the Sword of the Nest.
Can you tell us a little bit more? I know they're kind of like they rob from the rich and give to the poor kind of.
Yeah,
group.
that's pretty much it.
Sword of
And they
the
kill
Nest.
people who are abusing those who can't defend themselves.
So are they against the Church of, was it Phinos?
Finos.
Phinos.
They're against anyone who's using people.
So, and this, because I wasn't paying attention when you went to church, because you never go into the fucking church. Y'all saw what happened. Shit happened when we went to church. Tal'gor got, you know what? Tal'gor found religion. That's fine. It worked for him. But is Phinos the chief deity? Is he the one worshipped the most? Is he the most popular?
He's got the most adherents, yeah. The Lucarans are pretty much bound hand and fist to him.
So he's the most popular god.
He backs the military. He
He's-
backs the people who back the military.
He's the young hotness that backs the right people.
Used to go to fire, right? Am I right?
What if the God of Fire is creating the shadows because he controls the light and making it seem like it's the
His doubt.
what do you call it? The
His
slow
doubt.
talking under the earth guy.
So we basically have the shadows of the nest that this Miss Snow and 3 fugitives. What are we going to do with this information?
So,
Have a party.
You know what? That actually is not a bad idea.
That is not a bad idea.
All right.
We can have a party tomorrow night.
Yes, tomorrow.
Anybody know how to make booze in 24 hours?
I can speed up that process.
That one right there. That one right there.
All right, we need fruit. Hold on.
I've got. We all reach into our bag.
All right, I got blackberries.
What fruit do we? No, she's got to roll it up. We're just pulling out random fruits.
I have.
See what we got. See what we got.
Oh, let's make this. Let's make this.
Let's break the tension, guys. I love it. I love it.
All right, what am I pulling out of my bag?
Hang on a minute. Let me grab. I'm grabbing D12 so we can see what we find here. All right. Between all of y'all's, you got about 4 pounds each of various berry. So like strawberry, blueberry, blackberry.
Is there any honey in our pouches?
I will say yes, but it's kind of like the half dehydrated like crystalline stuff.
But that's fine.
All right, so do we have a vessel?
I have a little bit of I do have some glass flasks.
We need something bigger than that.
Let me check what Airbus has in storage.
Wait.
Hold on. If we have glass,
Where's the
I have
goat?
glass flowing tools.
Where's
Just
the
need
goat?
5.
Was the goat with us the whole time?
Nope.
Where's Fancy?
We took the stuff off the goat and left the goat outside.
Fancy's outside.
Goat's not allowed in the
Hold
monastery.
on. Open
Well,
up the
brought the
window.
dog,
Wait, do
not
we
the
have
goat.
do we have a window?
No. Y'all are in the mountain.
So it's like open up our window, crawl a little bit. Fancy.
Nope. So this is essentially a solid walled cave type
There's
room.
no windows.
We're in a cell.
Pretty much,
No
yeah.
windows. But they gave us a key that we hope works.
What we don't need to try to figure out. That's a trap. That key is a trap.
Alright.
This whole place.
Hopefully
is
we
a
don't got
trap.
to make Turlet Merlot here. Hopefully we got a vessel.
Turlet?
Turlet Merlot.
Turlet Merlot.
This whole place is a trap.
We went to college and made prison wine. That's what happened at the volcano, guys.
I have
I'm writing it
exactly
down.
1 water skin.
All right, that's not going to be. Hold on. Do we got any glass?
Got a couple of bottles.
I have
Same.
an explorer's pack. I don't know what that would have. What that would have
DM's
anything to do.
guide.
We'll grab him.
That'd be your call, really.
Let's see. Mess kit.
I have a trophy.
You know what?
Wait, how big is this trophy? What?
It doesn't say how big my trophy is, but I do have a
I'll
trophy.
say that we did have a cooking pot on Fancy. We'll say that we grabbed that before we went in. So we have like a little, like it's a campfire pot. Like it's not huge, but it's like a stew pot.
It's cauldron.
The
So
Neo
we
cauldron.
got a little cauldron. Yeah, but we
You know,
got
maybe a gallon and a half.
All right, let's throw the batteries in. I'll chip up the honey. We'll add some water from the hot water sink, and then we'll boil it. Wait, anyone here create fire?
Don't you create fire?
Hey, look,
Yeah,
fire.
the fire I make goes, and I don't think I should do that in here.
No, she can do that.
You can just hold your hand under that, or
Yes.
I can turn it pretty colorless.
save that for when we meet them, so that it does glittery, swirly stuff.
Alright, and so Zhonya's just basically just going to roll up her sleeve and just basically put her hand under there, and then I'm going to roll an Arcana check to see how fast it can happen.
Nice. Let's go.
We were left unattended.
That is a 15 DM, so how fast does this alcohol?
Okay, so how? So I'm asking the brewers here in the house, how long would this take to be able to boil it to the point it starts fermenting over?
Okay, so fermentation does not start with boiling. So it would take maybe over the course of actually boiling and mashing, an hour to 2 hours, depending on how hot the fire was, with the possibility of scorching.
Okay.
And then it needs to be kept somewhere. Now, the benefit would be if this is a cook pot that's been traveling, there's wild yeast in it, which means we don't have to have yeast. It just means we are literally making bootleg wine that could be anywhere from barely alcoholic to, you lose your clothes alcohol.
Roll for that. We just roll for that.
But it does take time for it to ferment. If we're doing a 24-hour quick alcohol punch type thing, we might get up to 3% alcohol at highest.
I'm just throwing it out.
Okay.
Using magic to counteract the amount of time that normally fermentation would take.
So about 25 hours start to finish for boiling plus fermentation time.
Mild fermentation, yes.
And then I had got a 15 on Arcana check.
You'll be able to get it started within about an hour, but then you're gonna start feeling pretty fatigued. So it'll be about like an hour real time, but only about like 12 to 13 hours. Like,
We're probably not going to finish this, are we?
No,
I got excited. Did y'all get excited for this?
But if you get a full night's sleep and try again in the morning, you'll probably be able to actually finish it in about another hour.
That the fermentation is not ready. We can try again in the
Well,
morning.
we'll cover it. We'll cover it.
Yes.
And y'all get some sleep. I don't need as much as you.
All right.
Plus, I don't trust.
The
And then
things
that-
we use chronomancy.
I am basically going to.
Bootleg wine.
And then I am basically going to
Best
send
chromancy
a
you've
message
ever-
Don't
to
judge.
No
Zorina.
offense. No
I am going to
offense.
send a message to
I forgot it was brought back
Zorina
from
to
the
kind
dead.
of stay up as the last.
This is the greatest thing Zonya's ever done.
Stay up.
Cigar just standing there.
Sorry, Tal'gor. The second greatest thing Zonya's ever done. Guy of the women.
Does everyone go to sleep though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Erebos does not.
He don't sleep.
We could do a watch if you want.
Oh,
Fuck that.
I'm going to take first watch then.
Okay.
Then I'm going to hit the con.
Don't hit it.
Oh, that's what it's going to sound like. I apologize. Have you seen what we've been eating on the road up here? It's like 90% fiber. It's going to be a brick.
Okay, so making this really easy, nothing's gonna happen overnight. They're staying far, far away from y'all.
After 4 hours, or after however long,
Yep.
thump the next person and then
Yep.
going to go right into the bathroom and close. And is there a lock on the door?
No.
All right. So then going to just put my hand on the... Is what you're looking for a person, you think? Or you think it's an item?
What? Who's looking for? Wait, what?
There's something you wanted here. You said that there's something here that you'd like. You
I
felt
thought it might be pretty.
so it's a thing, not a person.
Maybe? I don't know. I can't tell.
Please tell me I don't have to kill someone and turn them into jewelry.
No.
Okay, that's good. Also, big ask here, I know. But we started making prison hooch out there in the room to try to give as a gift to get these people to talk to us to solve the problem for a bunch of other folks.
Aw.
Is there any way,
Thought we were just gonna get drunk.
could you possibly just make it actually alcoholic, please? Because tomorrow it's just going to be berry juice in a cauldron.
I could take care of that. That sounds like it'd be fun.
Hey, also, did you hear me yell at the guy?
I did. How did that feel?
Not as good as I thought it would, honestly, no. I'm still trying to... Look, you told me I'd start feeling things and I'd understand them, and I still don't.
It takes time.
I get happiness. Happiness is good. You taught me happiness, and I really like that.
Yes.
But, also, is there going to be any time I can tell them about you soon? I feel kind of bad lying to them, or do I got to keep being secret?
Let's see what the pretty shiny thing is first.
All right. Also, eventually, can I have friends sleep over?
We'll see.
Because, I mean, like...
I like the one that roars.
Oh, yeah. He's kind of the hot one in the group, isn't he?
He does seem that way, doesn't he?
Hello, extremities. Thank you.
Hope you're enjoying.
He does seem quite.
I think you'd like to braid his beard and his hair. It'd be fun.
He does have a lot of hair.
He does.
He does.
Also, I think the one with the horns kind of wants to stoop him.
It wouldn't surprise me.
So, thank you. And I'm going to keep an eye out for it. How much trouble I'm in if I don't find the thing here, though?
If you don't find it here, it's because they got rid of it. So that wouldn't be on you.
Okay, that's good. Okay. All right, I'm going to let go of this real quick, and you're going to hear me still yell, but it's nothing but show for them, okay?
We are level 5.
We're level 5.
Fibers.
We are on level 5.
Fibers.
Fibers.
Sorry. So, as Phil lets go, he's going to prestidigitate for there to be a terrible smell coming from here. And just go, fucking gods!
Arena just like...
And then he's going to come out, but prestidigitate like lavender, but it's good, since I can have two effects going at the same time, the lavender's just over the smell.
It's for breathing. It's not actually doing anything.
Yeah, it's just, I am so sorry. You need me to close the
Phil, that didn't help.
prestidigitate lavender right over you.
It's swatting at my nose. Like, there's something in it, and it's just saturated my nasal cavities. And like,
So Arena just like
I'm up. I guess this is my watch.
And blinks back. And then it actually
Dawn
smells
yet.
like blink dog poop now.
Oh God.
Oh god, that's worse.
You teach Zhonya how to use the toilet?
What smells like the astral sea?
All right.
Nate is disapproving of
I
me.
can feel my brain fizzling. So we're gonna take a break and we'll come back in about 5-10 minutes. I'm sorry, I know you just got in the chat, but there's a lot happening here.
We'll be right
We
back.
will be right back.
So, should we do the old like '90s cartoon thing after these messages?
No.
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 We will be
I'm
right
that
back extreme. And then thank you for the follow, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be back in just a minute. We promise.
So just stay tuned. Go get some popcorn. Do whatever you need to. If that you can hear us coming.
Hello.
Well, it looks like it's going now.
Just please.
Well, no, it's just that when I had it muted,
Right.
the bar was gray.
All right, then I think that we're
hold on.
good.
Oh, we're still on promos. Oh,
Yeah, we're still on promos.
Oh God.
Oh God.
what I'm doing, guys. I promise.
We know what we're doing. We are
You
still
don't
not
know what
professionals.
you're doing.
No, I don't.
You don't
We get to
know.
be semi-professionals. I thought we were still amateur hour.
We are.
We are just amateurly professional.
All right. Well,
It just looks a little bit better.
And we're back.
Willkommen back. So, all right. We're just gonna jump straight back in. I don't think we need a recap. I mean, there are a few more people in here, so recap. They yelled at some scholars who were keeping secrets, and they had to be quiet for a night. So they decided to make prison hooch.
Yep.
Because what else do you do in a cave in a mountain?
We've got
There's moose.
fire, we've got berries, we've got honey, we've got a cauldron, we've got time magic.
Indoor hot water. Let's go.
We got time magic to kind of speed the process up a little bit.
There's a wine.
All right.
There's a wine. There's a wine in the mountain.
Bruno. So it's called?
Wonderful.
Bruno.
Let's see if I went
Can I talk about it?
Was there anything y'all wanted to, anything overnight before we just kind of skip ahead to morning?
No.
Nah,
No, we had already did that.
not the time for that.
Alrighty. So, in the morning, or after, basically you all sleep until the gems on the wall sconces basically brighten automatically. It's not really a bright, but it's brighter than it was. It's like when they turn the lights on in the movie theater to clean up. Yeah.
Because I slept in a bed. I didn't.
Yeah. I figured as much,
Yes.
giving your secrets away.
Just.
Oh, that's too much. That's too much.
At least there's not a noise. Lords.
Well, and then that.
Please tell me all of a sudden there's not just a rooster.
I'm gonna get up and take a big lizard pooch. That's very loud, obnoxious.
Tal'gor took up the bathroom, fine. And then that Zhonya just instantly just like time fizzles. I'm ready.
It was so fast we couldn't even see a thing.
Yeah, I know, I'm getting better at
That's-
that.
Have you ever thought about
Impressive.
just messing with people and like being in your jammies and then holding up a sheet and when you drop it, you're dressed again?
That would be some showmanship level.
I have done that a few times to just demonstrate time magic, I believe.
Little more than naked.
Oh yes, but yes, so
Liam
now we do
gets out of
have
his
this.
bed.
That we just do have that this substance we need to finish making.
Oh no, it's done. I took care of it.
Oh, you took care of it?
Give it a sip. I mean, it's the morning.
It's definitely alcoholic.
Okay.
Well, that.
She's like that. She is okay. I mean, 11. Just it didn't make her drunk.
That right there will grow your mane. I tell you that.
Do we need to roll for anything?
Maybe I should have done this instead of be a jeweler.
I'm pretty sure I didn't like drop dead.
I'm okay with it.
No.
It's not terribly potent,
okay.
but it's more than it should be.
It's breakfast wine.
It's breakfast wine.
Breakfast wine.
At least I know there's no killer bacteria in the wine.
No.
Yeah.
Breakfast wine sounds like something that I would make up to excuse the fact that I'm drinking wine at breakfast.
Day drinking.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Oh, I'm just reading. Incarnate's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Incarnate is pretty good.
Premium member for 4 years.
Nice.
I bought
Anyway.
the humble bundle.
As you all are kind of like, you were told that someone would be along to escort you.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all are kind of getting your things together, there are a few chests with keys on essentially small chains that can be detached. So if y'all wanted, you could store some of your ish here.
I am storing most of my stuff except for my spell book, obviously.
I ain't storing shit. I don't trust these people. I barely trust that guy who wants to hump me all the time. I don't trust any of them.
I mean,
Fair enough.
that I did rather go into old teacher mode, because in that I think that some of my students may have called me that not a nice word a few times. But it's
I'm
okay.
just pretty sure if they're gonna steal something from someone, it's gonna be someone they don't like.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my stuff. We have a bag of holding. So
Yeah, we got bags of holding, so I'm not leaving anything in here. Other than, you know what? I will leave one thing.
Call me a dick.
I'm gonna make my bed back the way I found it, and leave a little note,
Okay.
and it says, "It was a decent stay." That's it.
4 to 5 stars.
But then I'm
No.
just going to follow the
Two
majority.
and a half. Two and a half
Just
stars.
basically
2.5 stars.
Just get my stuff up in the bag of holding. And then
Okay.
just...
As you all are kind of milling around, not really sure if you should even open the door, you hear a very small.
Putting the things back.
Did y'all just hear that?
Does this place have rats?
Did your dog have puppies?
No, that she was not pregnant.
And smelling the air as if I could smell a rat. I don't think I can, but I'm just doing it
I'm
anyway.
gonna do the same
You
thing.
you do.
I do smell a
You
rat?
smell a mouse. And as you're all kind of becoming aware that there's a mouse in the vicinity, it actually comes out from behind one of the chests. It's larger than like a small mouse, but it's not really rat sized. And strapped on its back is a glowing piece of green gem.
I'm gonna pull out a berry from. I don't know berries. I'm gonna pull out
One-
something from
Hold
my
on,
ration.
hold on.
Come here,
You're
little buddy.
you're a giant cat.
Come here, little buddy.
You're gonna eat
I
this.
just throw some food in front of it, so hopefully it'll come closer.
Oddly enough, it takes a sniff and backs away. The gem glows brighter, and basically a projection goes up into the air, a la R2D2.
Okay.
Time out.
Whoa.
Help me, Arten Dawnwatcher. You're my only hope.
And it's Odon, the kid from the night before. Just his face and shoulders, and he says, "Are y'all awake?"
Yes.
Okay, good. Come on out. I'm waiting out here for you. And the projection goes away, and the mouse scurries away with not even touching your berry.
That is very
Pick my food back.
ingenious.
So now you can hear, you actually
Yeah.
can hear Oban at the door.
Okay, Oban. Coming.
Why do you send a mouse if you just go knock on the door?
He didn't want to knock on the door if y'all were still asleep.
Oh.
So considerate. He deserves some breakfast wine.
Alright, I open up
Wait.
the door
Hold
slightly.
on. The mouse yours?
Well, they don't really belong. That how we.
They just live here and they're useful.
Yeah, we repurposed them. They were a bit of a pest before, but
Carrying the cauldron full of breakfast
You know
wine.
what? You know what? I hate this place slightly less because instead of killing a pest, they found a way to make it useful.
Oh no, we wanted them dead, but then we also figured out that they were slightly useful.
And now you've ruined it, Oban. You ruined it.
They were eating a lot of the old scrolls.
We went from 4 to 3, but here's the deal. You have a cup.
What?
A cup.
Looks down at his crotch. Do I need one?
No, a vessel for drinking.
I give him a cup of wine.
Yes, we're trying to allow you to have...
Wait for breakfast. We'll get to the
We were
tables.
trying to bring a gift. We were trying to be nice guests. Try to smooth things over.
Oh, I don't like the taste. I don't do alcohol. Sorry. It's a nice thought.
It's fine.
We're down to a 2 now, Oban.
It's okay. You were one of our favorites, I'll tell you that.
All right. It is morning. It is morning. Let's just try to Let's just try to reverse the situation.
Back down the nasal cavities and into the guts.
Bite it. Oh, that was
That's
sweet.
adorable.
Let's just try to reverse the situation so that way then we don't have a repeat of last night.
Everything's fizzy.
Do we need a minute, guys?
No, we're good. Just I had beer trying to run out my nose.
Then that they just had a bit much of just at the morning alcohol. So yes, we will follow.
So Oban leads y'all back to the same commons area where you were before, and you can see as you're kind of walking down the hallway, you do see a lot of the individuals that were out basically enforced to keep y'all from causing ruckus last night are going about their business. A few of them kind of look up, especially like on the second level just below. They look up as you're kind of walking past, kind of take a note of you, but go back. A lot of them seem to be either transcribing items from one form of print to another. You can see a few individuals are actively pulling things off shelves and trying to resort them. Farther down the caldera, there's a lot less activity. There's only a few individuals actually seated at tables or perusing lecterns. Everything good over there?
Yeah, he's just chatting with
they posted a link. One of our other players who's not here, she's down in Lafayette. She set up a lot of the bots, and one of them is no links. And I keep forgetting all the bot stuff.
Yeah.
But we can read it.
No, we can see it.
We can see it.
We can see it.
Home brewery, natural clear.
Oh yes, you can. I think that you can do that. The thing for that the Discord.
It's somewhere in there. I don't know what the command is.
I think it's ! Discord maybe. Try that. But there you go. Yep. Thank you, Extreme. You got it. All right, continue, Dean.
Okay, if you go there and join the Discord and you share it, I forget which category it's in, but any and all resources, we will end up.
Wrongly?
We will have to get with our tech on that.
Yeah, we'll have to get with our tech.
Continue, Dean.
But any and all resources and like that, we will appreciate and at least check out, because anything to make the game better.
Yes.
All right. So the Oban leads y'all. The table that you threw against the wall has been put back in its place, and
we put it in its place.
Been put back in its original place.
That sounded wrong.
And but y'all aren't being directed there. There's a few smaller tables. Oban just kind of makes like a grand gesture, like your choice. There's a few of the like scholars and individuals still eating breakfast as well. I made sure some of the banana pudding was saved. It goes fast. It's like a favorite. So
y'all are going to love the exquisite taste of banana pudding.
It's pretty pungent.
I'm gonna walk up to a table that already has some scholars at it.
All right.
Some scholars.
Right.
I'm gonna place the cauldron of breakfast wine.
If I share that link, I can't do that online, can I?
Which one?
Which one?
I was going to try to send them an invite to our Discord.
Oh, Dad, you can.
Didn't you just do it?
It said the link was wrong.
Yeah,
Oh.
that we would just worry about it afterwards. So, go on.
I put the cauldron on the table. Scholars of the Caldera, who bring you wine as a gesture of peace.
Why not? Dips his mug off in there.
Which one's dipping his mug in?
Just some
random.
guy.
Random.
Are you about to get some freaking college student drunk? He's just rushing for the Caldera fraternity.
Oh,
It's not day drinking if we don't.
rushing for
first.
Gynos. Oh,
Gotta
God.
start early.
Why?
Rushing for
It's not day drinking if you don't know if it's day or not.
It is daylight. Up at the-
There's
up at
no
the
ceiling.
top.
How do you not
Yeah.
know?
It's daylight. But yeah, they'll take a cup.
Cool.
Pretty good. It's
Good.
pretty good. I mean, it's a little mild, but it's pretty good.
Promise I don't want to.
Oh, we made it in one night. Time will make it better.
It's impressive you made it in a night, though. I mean, but you already have the berries fermented?
Trade secret.
Ah, clever. You know, we do have an entire shelf devoted to cultural alcohol recipes. So if you're ever willing to share, we'd love to put it in the collection.
That
Noted.
only. Noted.
So where's the line start for the food?
Sit down. The keeper of the plates will send someone out.
Keeper of the plates.
This is fancy.
A fancy name.
This is a title.
Just I sit down right beside them. I was like, I haven't been served in some time.
Well, he's very particular about who he lets into the kitchens, so, you know. As you all take seat, are you sitting at the table with these individuals?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Are you going to want names for these individuals?
You don't have to.
You don't.
How about Stu, Dent, Lars,
Oh, God.
and Sko?
Scholars.
I just did the last two out of order.
Wow.
Nice.
The DM's brain is not plugged in. You can have inspiration for
I
that.
will take it.
The DM's brain is not plugged in, but yours is. How about
So,
Hey, look, it's better than if I was running this. I'd just say they're fucking Larry.
No.
Anyway.
So, it was quite the commotion you all caused last night.
I
Was
do not
it?
know. I just do not. I do not normally like to use my teacher voice up in front of students like that, but that situation calls for it.
I mean, I like that you tried to put Yannick in his place. I don't know if it completely took, but good on you.
You made a preface though.
You did. I heard that all the way down the Warren, man. It was excellent. As you all are kind of chit-chatting and trying to make nice, eventually a few other, they seem younger even than Oban, young teenagers, essentially. A couple of them come out carrying large trays, basically got like a grain pudding, like a baked oatmeal situation going on. And it's covered with cinnamon and a little drizzle of honey, not much, just a little bit. There's so much happening over there.
Keep going.
The meat on offer is pretty much a very mildly flavored, like smoked bacon. Smoke is really the only flavor on it. As well as what seems to be some kind of a venison sausage. In links. There's not really any toast, not really any bread, but there are a few bowls kind of set on the side with some of that beeswax paper kind of sealing them. That the kids at the guys at the table with you are like, you'll want to eat that while it's still cold. If it warms up, sit next to the plate, it gets weird. That's the banana pudding. It's the good stuff.
Zhonya is just already eating it like, banana. That do y'all have
It's that dog fruit you made into a pudding.
That just from just at my homeland, and that they have these small little these small little toasted crackers with them. I think that they are called like a wafer.
We've got like a granola that gets mixed into it.
Oh, that's exquisite.
All right. I see what you're talking about. But is the banana sweet before the pudding, or is it the pudding that makes it this way?
It is sweet before, but then we add more sweet to it.
Oh.
Secret recipe. There is an exact proportion.
You scholars and your secrets.
Well, of course, somebody's got to keep them.
No, you should share them so more folks know.
I mean...
Sorry, I'm also over here fiddling with stuff on the internet.
So what do y'all basically do around here and stuff, other than just read?
You remember the scene in Beauty and the Beast where the beast is eating the porridge and it's just like all over his...
Yeah.
Okay.
Prestidigitation.
I'm all up in that.
Prestidigitation.
It's I was in that with oatmeal, and then it was like banana pudding, tried it, we're good, and then I'm all up in it. Just imagine it's all over my face. Prestidigitate me later.
I know, it's just constant. It's constant between every other thing Phil's eating. He just looks over at you and it's just everywhere. It's like, that's in his fucking head pressed. Fuck. And I feel like immediately after I do that, you just go and just like dump some in your beard on purpose.
You do it, and I'll bite into some of that sausage, and then just juices come all the way down my face. And it's like,
that one I don't care about. The porridge. The porridge is a little off-putting because that's going to get sticky and hard in your beard.
Erebos pulls out a handkerchief and dabs.
He dabs.
Oh, that's sweet. That is so sweet.
Tucks it away.
Get my grub on, son.
Okay, hold up. What just happened here? I'm sorry. Y'all keep going. I'm learning things. I'm sorry.
Distraction. Okay. But yeah. So eventually, the folks that were finishing up their own breakfast, they leave the table. Most everybody else leaves as well. Oban obviously sticks to y'all like glue. And as you all are kind of finishing up breakfast, he says, "All right. So the council." They told me to escort you to essentially it's like it's more of a private, like, audience chamber situation. You're gonna have to wait while you're there.
That's fine.
I like how he always reminds us that we're gonna have to wait and be patient.
Well, to be fair,
You've proven that that's a bit difficult. So.
I didn't prove nothing to be difficult.
You're the one that phased through a door.
Guys, calm down.
Okay,
I'm
Mom.
gonna hold the piece of sausage like a Slim Jim and look at him and like...
God damn it, while I'm doing other things now, I gotta get back and... Hold up.
My man. My lizard man.
Now, where's our code to flip the table, just so you know?
Oh,
No,
yes, that
Phil's
we
like,
can
his
be
food just goes...
Yes, that we can be very patient. This time. Hopefully.
Alright, well, whenever you all are ready.
I would like to know if any of the bowls are close to the edge of the table.
Sure.
It's off the table.
Of course it is. But yeah, so when you're all up and ready to go, Oban will lead you down, kind of back toward the front door where you came in, down to the second level, around to the right, down to the next level, and then to the left, and kind of hidden between a few of the bookshelves is like a door into the mountain. And he'll open that with a gem, not a key, with a gem, and will basically lead you all down a long hallway that only turns once, seems to turn left once, about 40 feet down, and ends in a large open space, essentially an audience chamber. But there are a few essentially light wells bored through the rock. So it's not really that dark, but there's a definite feeling of weight overhead. In this chamber.
Oh, they are in the Discord.
Cool.
Is a raised dais with a long, like, conference table on it. There's a few, like, benches along the edges. And Oban basically says, you're welcome to sit at the table. But yeah, just don't go anywhere.
No.
Those doors are locked.
They said
Here,
that.
don't go anywhere. Go over there. Don't go anywhere. Stay at this table.
Just
don't
be
go anywhere.
patient.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Least you in.
That this is a mission that we should just try to calm down and we will wait. Oban.
I've got to go tend to a few things myself. I've got chores. So,
Picking my teeth with a claw.
My apologies. The nearly 40-year-old dude trying to play around with the stream internet stuff. So
fine.
just
It's
please
fine.
understand. What did I miss while I was learning a little bit about the interwebs?
y'all had
Banana
breakfast. You had banana pudding with breakfast. Somebody was being messy on purpose because enjoyable.
This is when we learn one party member has a banana allergy.
No,
Oh, wow.
no, thankfully
Wow.
not. No.
That's a compliment.
Wow, I'm 37. Burn.
But
Burn.
and then as that Oban just leaves, then that just theatrics, then you all just see just like
Can we change the
flame
picture of
just
Phil
like
to a piece
go
of
just
burnt
up
toast?
into her eyes and just like, don't y'all screw this up. And then fire is flickering through her eyes.
Phyllis just looking at you. Oh, I promise I won't. I'm trying to do cool stuff with my eyes, but they just changed on me and I don't know if it actually worked. Did a comet shoot by? What about a fucking unicorn on a rainbow?
I think I saw a hamster.
Fuck yes, I will accept that a hamster flew through my eyes. Just Nyan cat.
Well, then you can just go on back.
I can't do that because someone else owns that now.
Duties and stuff, and then I may show you a trick or two as just being thanks later.
Alright, cool. Yeah, goes back out the way he led y'all in. There are a few doors in this chamber. Would definitely seem like they burrow different places in the mountain. But yeah, pretty much it's just a large open space, table, chairs, benches. Not a lot of heraldry on the walls. The entire place smells like that really cold, empty smell. Even though it's warm, but there's that just empty smell. Not a lot of things happen here. The light wells are large enough that you can see bits of the sky outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bright, sunny day. High clouds moving across. Seem to be moving pretty fast, though.
I miss the sun.
I mean, so Tal'gor, how are you doing today? That's great.
I'm also gonna pull a sausage out of the bag of holding.
Nice.
Nice.
You stored some sausage from breakfast. Oh, genius.
Yeah, I mean
Tal'gor,
more
how much of
banana
that did you
pudding.
store in
didn't
there?
think of that?
I'm just gonna pull it out and just keep going, like a magician's handkerchief.
No, it's gonna get on the floor. Don't do
All right,
that.
I'll put it back in.
Alright, we now know who everybody's favorite is. Tal'gor, the sausage stuffer.
They call me.
Is it?
You know what? I've said that out loud now, and it does. I should have thought about
like
that. I should have thought about that. We'll still go with Tal'gor the. What about Tal'gor the mighty sausage
I
stuffer?
was waiting for you to say something about the
All right,
imagery of him
that's
just pulling
fine.
out endless sausage. A sausage that never seems to end. It just keeps getting.
There's a hand over hand motion here.
Look, in case you can't tell, Erebos is trying to be respectful. Trying. Y'all aren't making it easy, but he's trying.
Well, Etterbos is better than us because
I mean-
we aren't being respectful.
I mean,
Wait, did we bring the cauldron full of booze?
No.
no.
I'm pretty sure we emptied it. It was only like a gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With y'all sat down with breakfast with a few.
I thought we were gonna use that for the people that we were trying to impress.
I thought we were using it for the people at breakfast.
so
You know what? Yes,
as
we
that
succeeded.
they are having this conversation,
And walking.
basically that
Phil zoned out for a moment. He just went. He heard someone say wide open spaces, and he's like,
It's one of Zeus's favorite songs.
No, that's Walking on Sunshine.
Ah,
So
that'd be Apollo.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, Zeus.
Cousin.
Would
Yeah.
Apollo be a cousin, or would that be a half sib?
I'm pretty sure.
Because I thought
sure
Zeus
one of-
was Apollo's dad.
That many generations.
I've read a little bit
Okay,
about
no,
this, not a lot, but I'm pretty sure his favorite song is WAP.
Hold on.
His
Biologically,
favorite song is WAP.
Wings and pizza.
Wings and pizza.
Now, to be fair, technically half brother, age different though, uncle. I also, where I teach at, I've had to learn a lot of family relations that are all based on age. You might technically be a cousin, but you an uncle. Or you might be an uncle, but you're called cousin because you one grade ahead.
I got a couple of those.
Alright, so there's literally nothing to do in this place, and it does take a while. But eventually, one of the doors does open.
Arten, I spy with my little eye.
Fuck that. I got dice.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's do this. Come on.
Got some more bone dice. We'll go here, just roll into the corner.
All right.
Do y'all want to actually? Do y'all want
Are we
to?
gonna- do you want-
Does anybody have a hard ending time tonight?
I'm gonna be grumpy tomorrow. I'm gonna be grumpy tomorrow no matter what, so I'm good.
But we can go until about 9:45 because she gets off at 10.
Okay.
Is it Rollies? Would it be
Would
Rollies?
9:30 be alright?
Yeah,
9:30 would be
9:30
fine.
would be fine.
Just because I gotta get up and drive.
Okay.
Would Rollies be okay?
One round of rolls.
Okay.
What do we do?
Is it D20s or?
All it is just a straight D20 roll. The highest win.
You win.
I got 12.
I got a 1. I'm gonna burn that one right now.
All right.
You use that up?
You chipped one of your dice.
That like that. Zhonya is just basically just like reading
No,
just stuff
saying
in her
character.
book
You
and
chipped
stuff
one
and
of
just
your.
like.
you just even it out.
Got
Should
no
have
one
remembered
even
something, but go on, DM. That you were saying that the
Yeah.
door was opening.
Eventually, y'all kill enough time. About an hour goes by, and the door opens, and Yannick and the female that you had spoken with,
It's grumpier.
they come in
Flame daggers.
alone.
Both of you.
She has actual flame daggers? I never saw a brother.
That was actually kind of dope. Like she literally
Alright.
she Roger Rabbited flame dagger stared at us, and that was
I'm
fucking
good.
dope.
Just like muffle him with the sausage.
Just gives me a sausage.
Dude, you just shove a sausage in both of our mouths. He just comes up.
Acknowledge.
This could have been a lot worse.
I figured she was
just
good.
acknowledges that they're present.
Yes, good.
They
Wait,
come
hold
in.
on. We gotta eat this before we get in. We don't want to be
Guys.
disrespectful.
I'm trying not to let time run out.
I'm sorry.
guys. These two come in and they basically take a seat on one of the benches. Basically look like they're waiting on y'all to kind of come sit down for talks.
Oh, I was already sitting.
Come sit down.
I'll stand behind
Zhonya.
Zhonya.
Are these? So it's the two individuals we saw.
It's just
It's
these
just
two.
Yannick and then that
the female that
the female sage.
Bow and then go sit.
Alright. We have obviously all been on the wrong foot the entire time.
Oops.
Hello. Where'd that one go?
It's right by the other foot. Just slide it back to me and then I get it. Go on. Continue to sing.
And I need to apologize for my inability to diffuse things last night. I am under a lot of stress, and I would appreciate a second chance.
Apology accepted.
Apologies accepted.
Hi, what they said.
Cora and myself over here, we're kind of the leaders of this monastery. A lot is heaped on our shoulders. And even more so with the upheavals and insanities that are taking place in our country. Yes, we are rather isolated up here. That does not mean that we are blind. We know what's going on down below. And the problem is, we do not have the numbers, nor the physicality to do anything about stuff on the ground.
Okay, I'm gonna do a gun chill in the background while they're talking, like flexing.
You all come from a different line of work. You've seen more up close, yes, but that doesn't mean we haven't seen. Our god, our deity, Kairos, he's the knowledge god, essentially.
Thank you. Because that was out of character.
Books.
I was gonna say there's books everywhere.
The sigil on the archway over the front doors when you first came up was essentially a diadem with a quill as like the centerpiece. He has his entire, the way he functions is behind the scenes, behind the table. He doesn't stand in the front. And part of that is what we try to embody. We watch, we learn, we listen, we remember. And we can't remember if we're dead. Yes?
It's fair.
Now, first off, I'll say yesterday I did get short with you. And I probably shouldn't have. I'm learning to deal with a lot of stuff that comes up out of nowhere. But I think we can boil down everything you're trying to explain to. You're very stressed. You don't need to tell the four of us your excuses for it. And we all had a bad day yesterday. So we can go ahead and skip the explanation to expedite things. And I will say I am sorry for the insults I did throw at you. Some of which you might not have deserved. Now, can we cut the chase?
Sure. Pulls out a rolled up piece of paper and puts it on essentially a section of the bench.
Thank you.
You'll need to sign that.
Oh, wait, contract.
It's binding. If we're going to allow you in on the secrets that we have to maintain, then you're going to have to abide.
Do we explode?
Oh, what does the
Contract?
contract say, DM?
So, it's actually really short and really blunt. It says, the individuals that I speak with in the monastery remain in the monastery in word and deed. I will not divulge location or existence to any outside the monastery.
So if we sign this, we can't leave.
No.
No.
If we sign this, we can't talk.
No.
Oh, okay,
that-
I'm
no,
sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were
Yes.
saying if I sign this, I gotta stay here.
No,
And I'm gonna have to make
Fil'verl.
so much more hooch.
No, Fil'verl. That is just basically that,
No, we won't
The
talk
individuals
about
that
it.
you are speaking to,
too, that we cannot discuss about them
their
outside.
existence, their
Right.
very existence.
Right, and that's not a big thing,
Now,
is it?
you will see that on the bottom of the contract is a bunch of other signatures, including Yannick, Quora, Oban, and others. Literally enough signatures that it could be everyone in this monastery.
Did everyone notice Yannick's signature's like way bigger than everybody else's on this?
You pulled a hand card.
Yeah,
Pull
I
it
know,
out.
right? Like he is dedicated.
Now, one last thing about the signatures. They're all the rusted brown blood, dried blood.
So where's the quill?
Fil'verl al Soren de Vont Etrin.
Is that really your name?
I'm gonna forget the rest of it, but yeah, Phil has a really long ass name.
Zhonya is just actually just going to kind of like
Ow.
do something a little bit uncouth in a bit. Then that one of her sharp canines, pronounced canines, that she's actually just going to bite her thumb, and then that, just like a prick of blood, and write just her own signature, Zhonya Embersong.
How the hell does she do calligraphy with a bloody thumb?
Like this. Claws, prick.
Yeah, well, you got a stylist.
I let the blood come to the tip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna...
You actually have a...
No. I want you to look at how I wrote it.
You be a fucking cheeky bastard.
Arten... Dawnwatcher? I'm not understanding.
Spelling it wrong on purpose. It's not my name.
So I,
Can't
fun
find
fact,
my
I
shit.
technically broke 2 layers of skin, but I ain't bleeding, it just hurts.
Perfectly spelling my name wrong. Arten with an I. Dawnwatcher.
As you...
Dawnwatcher.
Not gonna tell anybody. I'm just...
Well, as you put it, as you finish signing, the T that you tried to insert into your name seems to fade and bleed into the W. As in, it disappears.
But the I stay?
There was an I too? Whatever you added in.
He's saying
Artin.
Okay. It changes to an E.
you tried to.
It's
pull,
magic paper.
I tried to pull a fast one and it fixes
That's why
itself.
why it's blood, because it knows who your blood knows who you are. You know,
I'm just gonna put a mark,
fair enough.
which is like just like a crudely drawn lizard, angry lizard face.
Nice.
You can't blame me for trying.
No, I can't. But if it's any consolation, neither no thank you, I'm good.
Spence.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Neither Yannick or Cora seem to notice.
That's the main thing. But anyway.
As you all finish signing, I do want to make sure that
Right.
Phil is in here for revealies. Yeah, so basically, Yannick will pull out a similar clear gem with just a little like cloudy pulses in it, and hold it and kind of like gaze off into the middle distance for a bit. And he says, "They'll be in here shortly.
There they go again. Calling me shortly.
Alright.
They're down the hall. So we'll leave you all to your discussions. And when you're done speaking with them, you are welcome to stay if you need to. Otherwise, we can send you on your way with some knowledge and assistance for dealing with the shadows, if that's what you're going to continue doing."
That
That was a bit of the goal there.
was the goal there, and basically Spencer now speaking, that after that this whole conversation, that I would basically like to use my sage feature.
That does.
That basically you frequently know where to find information concerning lore.
Okay.
But then that'll be after this whole
Okay.
dealio.
Right.
Tried to outsmart the magic paper. Didn't outsmart the magic paper.
But Cora will.
Wait. Did you try to lie?
I just misspelled my name.
Cora
the paper
rolls
fixed
up.
it.
Cora rolls up the paper and
It
says,
spell checked you.
Spell check me.
Was there a little paper
Yes.
rolls it up and says, hopefully after this you'll understand why we were so short with you. And the two of them leave.
I'm not quite getting this all short with this thing. They're pretty tall.
clip? Look,
It's
it means
just the
that they
same.
were. You know how I said I was short with them?
You were short.
Compared to you, but not to a lot of things. I'm huge compared to a fucking halfling.
Everyone's huge compared
It
to
is.
halfling.
It is
Not at
just
all.
basically an expression.
It-
It just basically means then that they have to keep things close to their chest.
means
Kind of
it's
sort of like enemy spies.
It's an idiot.
If that
Why would
makes
you
sense.
keep enemy spies close to your chest?
Well,
I'm
because
just
they're
using it
pretty.
as
That's a
an
good place to get
example.
stabbed.
Oh, look, what it means is that they were rather upset. We talked to them. They got pissy. And then we got pissy. We were both short with each other. We didn't have a lot of patience. Patience was short.
Fine.
Patience wears thin sometimes, just
Also,
like time.
nice to know
Now
other
it's-
people have built-in styluses. I had to cut my hand with a damn pen.
What do you mean? I had bit my thumb. You didn't see
Yeah,
it?
and then you somehow wrote beautiful calligraphy with a blunt thumb. I'm over here
It
just...
just takes practice.
Takes practice to use the thumb.
She
Okay.
writes everything.
I have a spell book, okay?
Picking my teeth with a claw. I was born this way.
We are just built
Woke up like
different,
this.
okay? We are just built different.
I do need to make a couple of things clear. Erebos did also sign.
Okay.
And
Did he sign with a pen or did he sign with his own claws? Everybody can sign shit with their fingers? If I did it, it would look like I tried to do a crayon drawing.
And one more thing that the DM does need to clarify, because I haven't been making sure that y'all are aware of it. Yannick, Cora, most of the individuals in this establishment, including Oban, are winged Zraelans.
There's Raylan.
Assumed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you introduced the first two, so I was just assuming, like, everybody except for, like, drunk Steve at the bench with us.
Oh no, he had wings too.
Okay. I was
Pretty-
hoping, like,
pretty
there's, like,
much.
that one orc student that's like, I really love everything here.
I learned how to read last week. Man, it's great.
We
Learning
have,
is dope.
we have a half-orc in our group at the shop who was an orphan found on the road by Brother Orion and was raised in the monastery. So, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I just want this big, burly dude that's really good at reading. Just like,
I moved the big toe.
No.
That's the thing is he's dumb and
dumb.
he didn't like reading. He's not a book learner, so he basically fell in with a monk from another land and went off to do actual monk shit.
okay, I'm down with the actual monk shit. Now, let's continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's definitely not as long as y'all were waiting for Yannick and Cora.
Cool.
Maybe
Oh,
only
you got your
5.
dice.
Maybe only 5 or 10 minutes, and one of the door, not the same door that Yannick and Cora came through, another door opens, and in come 2 individuals. One is a Zraelan female. She has leather wings, blonde hair, and her eyes are amber and chocolate brown.
Get the thing. Get the thing.
The wanted poster?
The-
Wanna post it.
There is a Zraelan man who has snow white wings, ice white hair, pale skin, and his eyes are pink and crimson. He's essentially albino.
So we got David Bowie.
And behind them is a rather tall, buff tiefling woman. Her skin is peachy colored, her hair is dark. Her horns are basically, they go up like this, and her hair basically looks like it blends the horns. So it's not...
So, they're like they go back into the where a bun would be, like they just kind of
Pretty much,
they're
yeah,
tight
like
to the head.
They're really, really tight.
Okay.
And her tail is, she's basically got it wrapped around her waist like a belt. So it's almost not visible at first. Her, she's wearing a,
That shit off before the moon shows up.
she's wearing a leather jerkin, and hanging from her neck is a pendant with a sigil. Essentially looks like a wave against a dark, stormy sky with a single star countered to the
Where's
wave.
the wanted poster thingy?
He's got it.
Sorry.
To my memory, they match it up pretty quickly.
Yes.
Look, Phil, look, Tristana.
Yes.
Alright. Sorry, that was because I forgot. Just gonna kind of lean back to Arten. We're not telling the government shit.
I know, we signed the bloody paper.
Oh no. At the same time, I don't know exactly if everyone in the group's all about contracts.
The 3 of them come in. They leave the door open behind them. And the 3 of them The female's Raylan takes a seat on the bench facing you guys, as does Triss, but the male's Raylan does not. He stands behind them, seems to be rather in a protective posture. None of them have weapons.
We also have someone always in a protective posture.
We have 2 people.
Yes.
Wait, 3, because the dog walks in and she's just always protective because she's dog.
This is true.
She is Doge.
Now,
All mine.
What?
If I take the lead, or
You can take the lead. It'll be fine, Dan. I'm just backup.
see, you've seen our wanted poster.
Aye, doesn't exactly interest us.
Good.
I like money.
Not at all.
Arten,
Arten.
we're about to hit into a situation to where pure blind capitalism does not actually meet.
I like
the
other
full-
things too.
We
Am I
got
too-
the mushrooms.
Am I
for
too
the
loud?
later.
Am I too loud?
No, it was turned
Oh,
up.
I'm sorry. I thought legit.
No.
This is you thinking. I'm half deaf. I thought I was yelling for
You're
a second.
quite. You were
I'm,
quite.
I'm just saying it interested me at first.
Capitalism is not exactly
I
going to be
didn't
in
know
the
that you
benefit
had
here.
more information
So,
to give.
you're wanted because you took some things.
No, we didn't
Supposedly.
take anything. We helped something get away.
I'm
So
gonna
you
write down
found
the
something.
I'm say, let's just get them to tell us their story.
That's what's kind of hidden.
Like, it's just like,
Look, so the book folks upstairs. One, they're pretty protective of you. You've done a good job on that.
I should hope so. We've brought them hope.
But my question is, and I'll tell you where we stand, and then I hope you will enlighten us because we're apparently ignorant of something, is that we're coming from a town down the way.
Stone Scar I passed through myself.
And the swamp there before, between it and the first trees.
Yep.
And there's shadows killing people.
Yep.
And the town is fighting near nightly.
Yep.
Is that connected to you?
Tangentially, yeah.
Explain, please.
I came to Israel in search of work. Myself, my companions, we took jobs, just like you did. We wanted to earn a little bit of coin, maybe help people along the way. We traveled west to Finos Fade with a caravan. And whilst in Finos Fade, we were given another job opportunity. Hired by the high priest of the church of Finos. We were told that an artifact had been stolen, and we were given instructions and the means to hunt down those who had stolen it and kill them and destroy the artifact because it had been tainted. We followed the directions we'd been given. The high priest knew where these my 2 companions were, pointing to the other 2 individuals, Taya and Rowan. Knew where they were. They were in a cave on the North Shore, not that far outside of town. We couldn't figure out why the high priest wasn't tending to this himself, but he offered quite a large sum of gold, so we went. And when we entered the cave, there was essentially a purple field of magic that prevented us from getting all the way to the back of the cave. The tracks led through the field. We couldn't find a way through. We eventually convinced Ty and Roland to talk to us, and they were quite cagey about letting us in on whatever their secret was. We did manage to convince them. We had a bard in the party who was quite skilled, and we managed to get through their force field and met up with our last companion. And at this, you all hear the door close behind you that these 3 had come through. And turning around, you see, straightening up from where this individual had been bent nearly double to get through the door, an 8-foot-tall, winged humanoid wearing essentially a toga, or like a chiton. This individual has fiery hair. Their wings look like bat's wings layered over with feathers. The entire aspect is a brilliant radiance, very, very celestial. And embedded in this being's chest, right over the sternum, is a large, fist-sized, gleaming orange gem. The individual's eyes are white, pupilled, with orange matching the gem sclera.
What would we possibly need to roll DM to see if we know what this individual is?
Give me Arcana.
I will give you advantage. I help.
Okay. 14.
Okay.
Sure is big.
Maybe celestial, but something's not quite right about it.
I knew that part already.
Phil's who's closest to Phil? Probably.
Probably us.
Slaughterina?
Yes.
I'm not 100%. I think that's a Deva. I've seen a few on a boat, but there's some Deva usually don't have hair.
What's if everything happened on a boat?
I mean,
My parents ran a boat.
Why does everything...
Everything happened on a boat for me. My entire life was on a
anything
boat.
like this before, and then I have done a lot of time magic. I don't know what this is.
I've seen a few people or individuals from other planes. I think it might be a Deva, but I'm not sure. But
Nope. Not that.
shit,
That's a star.
that's a star.
That's a star.
You're a star.
That is a star.
Does that talk?
Celestial only.
Can I look at the jewel up close?
How up close?
As much as close as it'll let me.
Sure, you can approach.
That, do you understand Celestial, Phil?
No, I speak common, Elvish, Dwarvish, and simple.
Well, that's what
Wait,
I mean.
that's my weapon proficiency. I speak simple.
I'm just over here like, just like
I
lower
speak
common.
Celestial.
You can talk to them.
Yes,
Or do
I
you-
can speak.
Would you be offended if she talks to your friend?
We'd prefer if you listened the rest of the way first.
I can listen.
That is a legitimate request.
Proceed.
The Church of Finos has been working for years trying to capture fallen stars, of which Zrael has rather an inordinate amount that fall within the borders or near the land itself. The Taya and Roland were only underlings at the time when all of this went down, so they weren't privy to all of the secrets. But essentially what they were being told was Finos wished for his power to be secured. The fallen stars were to be used to house some of his essence. And our friend Zazanak is the only one who essentially survived, who it worked on. The end result was sentience in a being that should never have been bound to corporeal form, and they were intending to force Zaz to return to his gem-only state and force him into a box and keep him safe, as if he were nothing more than a piece of treasure. But they'd made him into something else. Taya and Roland refused to just stand by and let that happen. They helped him get away. We came through a portal to a space they refer to as below the nest. We passed through Kairos' realm to escape when the army came hunting. We refused to destroy what we'd been sent to destroy. We sacrificed a gem similar enough to stand in place and attempted to pass it off. The high priest didn't buy it. and we escaped as best we could. Ended up here, through the port. Or ended up in Stone Scar and then came up the way, so...
Close enough.
We've been here for a few weeks. We're trying to find a way to undo what's been done, but there's no lore about this in any of the books. So what we're trying to do is stay out of sight of the Lucarans. Time works differently below the nest. We left in early spring, and we surfaced last week.
You know, it does make a lot of sense. Because why would they write about this? I mean, history is always written by the winners.
Right, so...
There's a lot that's still not known. Zaz doesn't really... There's no way to really translate what he was before to what he is now, and so he doesn't have any answers for why he fell.
So he's not sure why, but let me... Well, hold on, you go first. I need to put my thoughts together.
Go ahead.
No, you
said gems. You said
Yes.
they were going to transform this magnificent being.
He was the gem in his chest.
Was he like this? And I hold up the parts of the emerald.
Taya at this point speaks up and she says, "There's a lot of gems here in Israel. Some of them can be bound for different energies,
Okay.
but not all of them are fallen stars."
No, I'm just saying.
How do we know?
I carry an emerald that had the essence of the very earth below our feet in it.
Yeah, it's a regular
So
gem.
there's magic infused
How
in
do
this.
we know what's the fallen star and what's not? Is the
That's the
question.
thing.
I'm just making sure we're not carrying around somebody.
Zaz can tell because he'll be able to feel an affinity for any other fallen stars.
But
But
you could tell. I'm gonna point. And I'm gonna pull this out. The ruby.
And at this point, Roland will speak in Celestial. You'll understand him to say, "Is that one a star?" And Zaz will respond with, "No."
That's not a star.
I'll put it back.
I assume the diamond's not.
The diamond or your black gem.
I'm pulling them both out, but I assume this diamond's not. No one's ever said anything special about it, but
That one's weird.
this one,
I've been in that one.
we've heard something special about a couple times.
Zaz's eyes are following the black gem.
Let's put it on the table in front of us all.
Is
And-
that who I think it is?
Souls follow that one.
Did
Souls follow that one.
I went in there. It was not a good time. And an individual that spoke very slowly to me spoke.
At this point, Taya will speak up and say, that's Kairos.
Alright, so we can actually say the name.
No, listen.
No, I'm asking. We can say the name. I have been walking around saying he who should not be named around these people because they freak the fuck out.
Okay, yes, a lot of people don't like it. When we all grew up, and she looks back at Roland, who's nodding vehemently. We all grew up hearing that he's essentially a dark lord. I mean, we're all taught that, but we've been there. We've
Gods of death aren't necessarily dark. It's a natural part of the process of life.
Let's just continue to.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying. Is he the god of death? Y'all went to the church. I didn't.
By Zawina's own ruling, he was intended to rule over the dead. Yes.
That doesn't make him evil.
No. But 6 generations go by, stories and rumors grow, legends grow, fear grows.
That's
So
fair.
pick that back up and put it back in my bag real quick.
You don't have to fear
Yeah,
him.
put your evil Pokeball back in your pouch.
My egg.
Your Mewtwo gets to go back in the bag.
You don't have to fear him, but also just be careful. He's, for lack of a better term, he's fragile.
It's like a snake.
Alright, so you're saying he's fragile because it's been a super bad time for him and he's now pretty much separated from everything he ever helped create and now he's underneath a tree full of doom?
Time moves differently down there.
Yeah.
It moves a lot faster.
He told me I spoke too fast.
The world, the language, everything he knew then isn't like it is now.
Alright, who is sending the shadows?
I don't think anyone's sending them.
Are they coming for that one?
They're seeking, yes. But they're seeking to any end.
Okay, I gotta ask this because you got the document. I'm gonna have to go ahead. I'm gonna have to head and ask it. Because I asked you, are we gonna have to fight or kill a god? Okay?
No.
So, no. I'm probably misconstruing this, but here's the question I have for you. Is Kairos sending the shadows to find the star, or is the sun sending shadows to find the star so that the star doesn't outshine the sun?
The most we've been able to determine, no one's sending the shadows. They're sprouting into existence because there's a lot of imbalance going on.
We're here to help
As in,
Stone
like,
Scar
an
Pass.
imbalance of power? I don't understand that.
Like nature, like the balance of like ecosystem.
Everything is out
Yeah.
of whack, correct? Is it because these stars are falling, or is it because someone pulled them here?
No.
It has to be because Kairos is the
Under the
I'm
he's
trying to
slow speak underground god.
It has to be because Kairos is trapped. Yin and Yang must always be in complete harmony. You can't trap the one god of death and darkness, no matter what the lore or legends have become. He can't be stuck.
Arten, are you asking us to flip the nest back over so he can get out?
No.
Because if you had
Not
said
quite
yes,
sure how to flip a nest.
well, the question I'm asking is if we must restore balance,
That's what we're trying to figure out, but we don't really know how to do that either.
You go back in the gym. I'll let him out from under the tree.
you know, that's a terrible idea. You've met me.
Fine. I'll go back in the gym. How'd you do it?
Oh, you don't need to do that either. You'll do worse.
Oh, you're
Let me-
just a whiny little chicken.
No. I'm trying to make sure you don't go down there, cock out, ready to rock out.
I have risked my life for less.
No, you haven't. This is literally a God's family argument. We don't need to hit the AOL High Lord Jerry Springer situation with the deities.
Exactly what do you think I was fighting for in the army if it wasn't for our God's family argument? Every war that I've ever fought was about some God's family argument.
To be fair, I mostly ferried gods with my parents and made sure that their mimosas were filled.
I know, boat gods, you, dicking your mom, whatever.
I didn't put my... Hold on! No! Mine, never in there. That's inappropriate. Your phrasing, probably not what you meant, but you didn't need to put it in that order because it came out in the wrong way. And now I just realized I said came out after you said dicking to my mom. Fuck off.
Silent. Golf clap.
Fuck you, Jed.
Only when you ask nicely.
No, because I ain't dealing with Amorous. She gonna be mad.
So,
Not.
She will kill me.
She would.
And she would be right too.
so
Now-
what y'all are basically wagering is that there's that there is an imbalance
Pull out the
of
stones.
a power amongst the gods.
Show me
Yes.
later.
And at this point, Triss is going to reach into her pants pocket, like behind her, and pull out a wad of parchment. My manifesto.
Your Lady Snow.
And she's going to pass a hand over her face and become someone else. Very, very tall, pale, no horns.
She became a very angry white bitch.
Karen.
Karen. That's
Karen.
the thing. All right,
And
Karen.
she's gonna pull like part of her. She's got like a like a scarf wrapped around, and she's gonna pull it over and kind of wrap it so only her eyes are showing.
Are you the
Madam
one?
Tortoni Snow.
Okay, so Tortina's Pizza Roast Snow. Alright, we found her. Okay, everything's coming together.
And drop the disguise and put herself back.
I don't know what my companions want to find out, but I'm going to ask a very plain question, and if you know it, I would appreciate an answer. How do we save the people of Stone Scar from this?
We have to find a way to right the imbalance of power.
Is
As
that
far
a
as the
simple?
shadows-
Is that a simple answer, or is that a hard
That's
answer?
the long answer.
Okay, what's the short answer to make sure people don't die?
Keep the shadows from killing them in the meantime. They're not going to stop.
Is there like a source of shadows? Do you know specifically where they're coming from?
Everywhere and anywhere.
So they just show up anywhere. There's no.
When you unstopper the chaos, where does it all come from? Everywhere.
So-
We're gonna imagine that he wrote this down. And I just,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We
just
found
making
an
it-
answer,
So,
but it's not the
Wait,
answer we wanted.
so that you mean to tell us that the Lucarans are evil?
I don't think that Martin
They're
Lucaran
misguided.
knows what the church is actually up to. But he's bankrolled by the church.
The
And his entire function is to protect the people.
church.
If he doesn't know the connection, then that would be why he's not doing what needs to be done. If he does know, then yes, I would call him evil.
The church.
yes, the church is
So no, hold on. Left hand, right hand situation.
Yes.
Left hand.
The scales.
The sun god is all about his biz and knows what he's doing and is using the church through mystic means and visions as gods do to try to mislead those that decide to follow them. And so they are unwitting tools, and they are part of the problem, much as in the people down at the bottom of this mountain are, and they are victims. Or the hierarchy knows and doesn't care, and they are the problem, and they are evil.
Yes.
Phil is going to start crying. You should notice Phil's tears are neon fucking green.
I'm gonna give him a sauce.
That
No, Tal'gor. No, not right now. Maybe later.
Erebos hands you the greasy handkerchief.
I'm fine.
that we are still relatively new here, and then I know that whenever we were at the temple, Brother Orion tried to explain to us about the nature and then the lore of it. I think that we were, excuse my French here, half-assed flame daggers at all three of y'all, half-ass paying just attention about
Why
it.
would I pay attention?
Another flame dagger just goes towards you.
Well, Taya leans forward and she says,
Little celestial crossbow.
Long,
better than daggers. Better than daggers.
but go on.
Taya kind of leans towards you and says, is there a particular question?
That
I may be an ex-acolyte, but I still know shit.
that I want to know everything. I mean, then knowledge is power, and then I think that the more knowledge that we have about the situation, maybe we can try to come up in that. She just basically, tilts up the beret a bit, like we can maybe start our own revolution or something.
I don't
I'm going
know.
to scoff at the phrase "knowledge is power," but get excited about starting a revolution.
All right, hold on.
You hear a bit of
All right, hold on. Are those that hired us back in the first trees part of the problem?
I don't know.
Well, they didn't give you your
We
wire.
don't.
No, I had to.
I mean,
You know what? I'm petty. I am fucking petty, and you've seen that. I am not this petty. Here's the deal. I'm not starting a goddamn rebellion over silver wire and a lack of appropriate
it
payment.
is not just over your.
No. I'm. What Arten is saying over here is start a revolution over the goddamn silver wire that I'm still braiding because it's too
Not
thick.
just
no,
the wire.
No. The problem here is, do we have a religion based on a lie, lying to the people?
I wouldn't necessarily.
That's my concern.
Aren't all
Roland-
religions based off of lies?
Roland speaks up, and he's rather quiet, but he speaks up and says, I don't think that the foundations of our countries' religions are based on lies. I think that things have been taken out of proportion and the status quo has been allowed to fester.
So you're saying that the basis, the bones are good, but the problem is the mortal application of said religion has done bastardized.
And what Phinos wants now is not at all what he should be wanting.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm understanding this because I might be a bit slow or daft.
I highly doubt that, but
That's a star.
yes. Or
Phinos.
was is something different.
No, still is. I'm going to consider him a star. Is now, was, always will be.
And
Just now he's hot star that's really tall. Fuck, I shouldn't have said that. Any case, second thing. Sun God's being a dick.
yes.
Sun God has used says dickishness.
Dickishness.
Dickishness. To manipulate the church for his own personal gain.
Yes.
Is that what guys do then?
And he's trying to blame it on his dad.
Yes.
Alright, everybody, as far as I understand, Zeus's dick don't work no good. Sad underneath the nest guy.
Yeah.
Not the biggest bad guy now.
No.
His son's about to be the exact same thing. However, is Arten, I can't confirm or deny. I don't know how the dick works for this one. I can't agree with you or decide to say his dick don't work, so he's big mad now.
How is
I'm
how
like
is
trying to grade
Zasanix's
past this whole playing
expression and
anatomy
stuff
thing.
is going on as all of us are talking?
Zaz is kind of like tennis match watching. There is a look of confusion because all of this is being said in common. No one's really translating right now. But
Well, hold on. Could we say that Zorina has been translating loosely or
That the
cliff
dog
noting
has
it?
been translating it.
Zhonya.
You chose
I know.
names.
I'm sorry. It's like, and if you get another familiar that has a Z names, I'm just going to call you ZZ Top together. Okay.
You brought that on yourself.
I know.
Anyway, could we? I'm sorry, DM. As retcon, could we please say that Zhonya has been cliff noting this to the giant, massive star bro?
Yes, but there's still a bit of confusion on face and an expression of discomfort.
God, Phil does not make shit easy, does he?
No.
All right, I should say Phil doesn't make stuff easy, do they?
I mean,
Well, it's he, they for pronouns. I got to keep remembering that myself. All right, look. What are you trying to do?
I want to go home, but I can't.
I just hear singing.
he can't go home, but he cannot.
Then turn to the rest. What are you trying to do?
We want to find a way to undo what was done to Zaz if possible, and if not, at least make sure he's safe, which means keeping Phinos off his trail or stopping Phinos from doing what he's doing.
Is Phinos sent in the shadows, or is it just happening?
It's just
happening that they just.
How do we help the town then? Do we get him to move?
No. That this is a.
Do we spend the rest of our lives defending it?
No.
Phil.
You can if you wish.
Phil.
No one's stopping you from that.
Phil,
But
that
what we're working
they
on,
are saying that that this is bigger than Stone Skull.
I get that, but I don't want the little girl that wants to grow up and have a sword to be dead before she can get the sword.
I don't either. But at the same time, Fil'verl, we need to essentially do just that. We need to basically get this basically done up in just a snitch of time and try to go ahead and figure things out. I understand that that the little girl was nice to us and all.
It's not just that there's a hope. She's one of many.
Yes, she is one of many. That we cannot always just sacrifice all of our resources for just like one individual. We all must do our part in the equilibrium of balance.
From my understanding, the shadows come from the lack of balance.
Roland's gonna speak up into this conversation and say, if he's not stopped, Thanos will become essentially an overlord of this plane. The other gods will be rendered powerless, and that could literally result in the death of everyone.
What do you mean by powerless gods? I don't understand that.
Worship, food, energy. Deities are only as powerful as we pray to them.
Yes, he's got a point.
The less we pray,
power comes from the mandate of the masses.
the God that is the most powerful is the one that has the most followers.
Right.
Or the one that has enough backup batteries.
Or that. So, wait, hold on. He's got Doracray batteries?
No,
Fuck.
that's not a what that.
The
If
gems.
I am going
Stars.
So he's trying to turn this one into a battery?
He's sapping the stars from there.
Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me try to explain this again. All right. The stars fall in higher concentration here in Israel. The priests on Thanos' orders have been working for years trying to channel the essence that he has given them for storing in stars, but none of them have worked until Zaz. They did something different this time, or Zaz was a fresh or fallen star, something that caused him to change. He now looks like what Thanos is said to look like, but he's not Thanos. He is not what he was, which was just a gem with its own power and ability and a somewhat sentience. He is more now and also less. He is different than he was. We don't know if this can be undone. This is what they were trying to do by creating extras. Thanos would essentially be able to
Possess them and reuse them.
and therefore has more power. They're self-sustaining.
So, everybody,
We've got to fight a god.
no. It's worse. We gotta go tell on him to his dad.
that.
I think that's a perfect ending
Oh,
point, guys. Like, that's a line.
That was a line. That was a line.
We're gonna call it
Okay.
there.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Wow,
I didn't
that
think
you
that was
stole
gonna
No,
But it's okay.
it was on point for the
Yeah,
timing
you-
too.
it was on point,
He has
but you didn't
928.
steal
We're
thunder.
good. We're good.
We're good.
Wow,
I can
Neysa,
say-
fantastic fucking job. This is great. You are. I am sorry. I am giving you. I gotta give this to you. I am digging this because this went in a different direction. You are doing a great job.
We're
Thank
not
you.
done.
No,
That's
I
not
get
the only
that.
layer.
I know. I get that.
There's more.
But thank you.
You know, there's more.
Don't ruin the moment.
We're not.
But
Thank you. This
You
is
ever, you ever watched the show with Leverage?
no.
Yeah.
I don't watch the
when
TVs.
when they start, he starts out like, "Oh, we're gonna go steal this." He goes, "No, we're gonna go steal this."
Right.
That's what it felt like at the very end. It was like there's always some kind of like weird thing you
This is
can't
about to be
steal.
Ocean's 11.
We're about to have to fight a god. No, we're about to have to go tell another god about what the fuck his son is. We're about to go
Tell on
snitch.
his dad.
We're gonna go
tell
snitch to his dad and be like, hey, Mr. Kairos, I know that you're wanting to watch your big sports ball event between the North Shore Ballers and the East Coast Wrigglers,
No,
but your son Finos just shit in the middle of the fountain at the center of town. And like, I'm not trying to snitch and all, but
It would be
like he did it, and he said, "My dad won't do shit to me."
I
Put him in a box.
I want you to clip out that one. like,
Finals, I was busy
You know what you
watching
gotta
at
do?
the first
We're
tree
trying to go.
squirrels
No, we gotta
hit
tell
the
his
stone
dad.
scars
clip
stick on his
that
ass.
and let it just be like this thing. Just
I will go back and find it because it's too late for me to clip it now. But no, you're doing great. Thank you.
That's a lot.
As a player, I want to say thank you for running a game.
Of course.
Thank you all
Yes.
for actually playing.
To be entirely upfront and give credit where it's due, Tristana is actually Spence's character in my game at the shop.
Tristana's the one that we've seen the digital art for.
All of this is what that story is essentially what they've done, minus a few characters that I didn't think I could pull off. So
And then at the whole
That's have
manifesto,
to be like godly snitches.
Yeah, and they let you know that the whole
The
manifesto.
godliest of snitches.
The manifesto is what Triss has done, but a little later in the game. I've kind of condensed timelines a little bit, but that is something that Spence came up with. So when y'all read the manifesto parts, that's literally what Spence has come up with.
Okay.
So, social stuff.
Yes,
This weekend we will not have
into the wood.
Into the Woods. I think, because I've been talking with Zeta, I think what we might do is run Lasers and Feelings, and then off stream do a game of Munchkin.
Right.
We
Yeah.
might also decide if we want to grill or not, because there's multiple of us that know how to grill, and we might all just want to hang out and do veg mode after.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'll run a Laser and Feelings game with as many players in it as possible.
Let's go.
So that's coming up next week.
On Sunday.
Is next Monday the 28th. We'll be running Holy Winds, because that is also closing for Emily. So I think I'm gonna have to change and edit Lost Seas to be a first Monday instead of that. Do we have anybody signed up for the interview for Sunday?
I don't think somebody hasn't reached out to me in the channel.
Zeta is not running his off-stream Sunday game, so really push with one of the Kyles in Lafayette.
Yeah, then I had attacked the Lafayette crew, and then nobody responded in a few days.
Keep doing it, because right now Claire has cousin Ronnie visiting her right now, and she is quarantined. Moose is kind of occupied with that, and Knox is Knox and forgets that there's an internet sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
guilty of that as well. So just keep bothering, and we can aim for that, and then
Right.
maybe we can do Lasers and Feelings and play something else and just relax and have a bit of a team day. And then next Thursday we'll be back with Tears of Kairos, and then everything's fine until the end of March.
Our last Tears of Kairos until we go on like a end of school year hiatus is going to be March the 19th.
Okay. Put a pin in that, because I've started to find out I'm not testing as much as they want me to initially,
Okay.
but that's because they realize they have me signed up for 8 tests.
My vacation days have also changed, so I'll get with you on that.
Okay, let me know so I can update the calendar.
Follow us on socials.
Socials, we are Team Bonus Action on Facebook and YouTube and
Bonus_team on Twitter.
on Twitter, and we're on Linktree. I don't know what Linktree is. but-
Linktree is basically links to all of our social medias, and in that, if that you want to reach us individually, that we will be up in the Discord, and then that we can provide our socials and stuff. That I know that I basically do some streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ninja Spence. That I will do mainly a lot of art stuff, map making, Elden Ring probably, more than likely.
Oh yeah, we're about to have a whole lot of our members probably streaming Elden Ring.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to try to get the Kyles to play Sucker for Love, the Call of Cthulhu dating sim with me.
God.
It's a hot mess, and I'm all about that, because I romanced Harlan from KFC. I and the Colonel have a special thing going on. It's a 10-piece bucket of love
Oh, beautiful.
with the biscuits.
I wonder what Benedict would think of Colonel.
He's hot as fuck. Have you not, go look at the artwork for the game. Colonel Sanders walks
But he
in.
fries chimkin.
Benedict
They make veggie nuggets now. They make
Benedict
veggie
fucked a
nuggets.
cannibal.
Yeah, this is true.
They make veggie
Any
nuggets
case,
now.
sorry. Any case, getting off that, we'll probably have some dating sim let's plays. We'll probably have some more Phasma let's plays. I'm trying to also, there's a Kyle simulator, and we got 3 Kyles.
Oh, God.
So I want to see what that's about. Nate Paints
Warhammer.
Warhammer on Instagram, and he does a great job. Jed is Jed at State Farm. If you need a good insurance deal, contact him.
Fair. It's fair. I'm licensed in 4 states.
All right.
4?
Congratulations.
Nice.
What for?
Well then, thank you guys so much for watching.
Louisiana, Texas,
Comment,
Okay, I was going to say,
like, and
what,
subscribe.
Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, state of mind.
The Texarchlimus.
Yeah. Texarchlimus.
You're saying something this
No, wrap it up.
Okay. Y'all have a good night, and since Knox is not here to defend himself or state it,
Don't
let your meat loaf.
Good night, everybody. And Spencer did not burp during stream.
Hey!
all right, I have to go check to make sure that ain't a whole lie.
I am not lying. I had burped
you.